Hello and welcome. It has been a while since we've been here. Emilio, why
I
don't
thought you
you
were
introduce
gonna.
what we're gonna do right now?
Damn, what the hell of an intro. First of all, you have to welcome the people back. First of all, people of CPL, welcome back. We're here for season 2. We're finally here back with the PRs with the good old cast, the Clodcast. I am Emilio, as you just heard before. That is our boy, our co-leader, our co-owner, Benjamin. I'm here with Roy, who I think went to go get a soda. Roy, you here?
I'm here. I'm here. It's in the room with me. I just haven't unpacked my suitcase yet, so I had to dig out my suitcase.
Okay, he's getting a soda, and then we
I
got a
got a
little
soda.
guest. Okay, well, he's got a soda, no Mario, right? And then we got another guest with us. We got new mod to CPL. We have our friend Jakoto. Say hi, Jakoto.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Feels good.
Absolutely wonderful. Anyways, today, season just started. We're a little behind, but, we're finally here to do PRs. And today, of course,
To be
we're
fair,
starting with
we have done these quicker than we did last season, so we are actually kind of ahead, if anything.
Actually, he's not even wrong. Last season, these took fucking forever.
Okay.
The people will be grateful regardless. They just want
Yeah.
to see where
Yeah.
their team's
These
at.
PRs just
P-
take a good while to make because first of all we need to rank all of the teams. We need to find the memes because if you know how we make our PRs, you have seen the other PR videos. You know this shit takes some effort. But Emilio explained everything very beautifully. Gotta be honest, one of the best intros we've made so far.
Thank you. See, it's like I'm leveling up from last season. Last season, you would just be like Emilio, and then you wouldn't even like give me a chance. But I came prepared this time.
This is why you're now in Clodsire.
He wrote a script beforehand. He didn't tell you that.
Yeah, yeah. I have it to
He
the
was
side.
ready.
All
By
right.
the way, I just want to shout out before
Run
we
out, and then I'll
start.
have to start fucking improvising.
I want to shout out all the people who helped us with slides. Me and Ben worked on the slides for this, but Pate also helped with rankings. I did his own rankings, which I used as a base when I was ranking the teams. And then we kind of basically merged them kind of together, with a bit of guidance with Ben as well.
Yes, so Pate made his own
Yeah, I saw that.
rankings on these as well. We will shout out where Pate put certain teams. And a little bit of the points we are going to make, Pate also made. But some points Pate made were not very valid. But more on that Roy will explain later. But we are in for a long one, so why don't we get started with the PRs for Wooper? 18 people per div, yeah. This is going to take a good chunk.
We have to record 2 more divs.
Yes, and immediately after we also have to record week 1.
Oh fuck, yeah, we did.
Fuck! Okay, yeah, you're right. Whatever. Let's go.
Can I express my rage in that video as well if we cover my battle?
It's all right. We won't. Anyways.
Okay, that's good.
Anyways,
That's good. I'm cool with
let's
that.
get to
I still love you, random
number
Minecraft. You're cool,
18.
dude.
Okay. Okay, now this team is like
Ataraxia.
I wonder who drafted this team.
Pretty. It's really pretty though. Look at all the pretty mons.
It just keeps coming
I don't
and
disagree.
coming. It keeps coming out.
Think of coming out. That is just a crazy thing to have on your slide.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ordinary, for getting us these quotes.
These great these slides. Oh god, they're beautiful. So before the rest of the homies kind of trash on this team, I will say it's very pretty. It's very pretty. Look at how pink it is, and look at how cute it is.
It is
Look,
very
there's a
pretty.
fur.
I agree.
There's a fur.
Having her on our draft team, I already knew that this was going to be the direction of the draft. I knew it was going to be very cute, very aesthetically pleasing. So I was kind of prepared for this ranking. Not too mad about it because they're going with the idea and they're just sticking with it.
Yeah,
Well, Emilio went with the idea and did his best with it. He did his best. I don't think honestly, it could have been worse. All things considered, the guy he had to go with, so I'll give him that credit. But the more I look at this,
it is competitively viable.
Competitively.
It is competitively viable. You cannot argue.
Yes.
I could argue this.
I want to shout out a disclaimer real quick. In general, we rank these teams on how good they are on paper. It's not how good they can technically be, because some teams are bad on paper because they have, for example, they have a big weakness to a specific type. But they can. There is some stuff where they, like for example, we have a team I think in Quagsire that has 3 ice types. They're not gonna bring every ice type, all of the ice types every week. So, but on paper, the whole team is just not that good because of the 3 ice types.
Yeah.
So don't feel discouraged by our rankings. They are just how good the team is on paper. How good you use it is on up to you.
Hypothetically,
It's a whole different story. Yeah,
a team that's ranked 18 could beat a team that's much higher ranked in their first game, like if they have a massive weakness. So, and also it depends how you use the team as well. Like it doesn't come down to your ability, and also some gimmick teams are going to naturally be lower on the ranking because gimmick teams naturally have massive flaws because that's going to come into a gimmick.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the anti and Mew, so that's always like a hard prep. I feel like you can't prep for Mew ever.
Yeah.
Also, just one more disclaimer. They're just, I mean, they're just PRs. You know, this is just our opinion. So,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah.
if you know, just
we're fucking idiots. So who listens to us?
You could be 18 and win the whole season. So,
like in general, a lot of people that are high ranked sometimes have bad seasons, or people that are low ranked have good seasons. But that's
for example.
That's all not important right now. What is important right now is Ataraxia's ranking. So let's start with, we have, for all the people who have not watched our PRs yet, there's 4 specific things we rank teams on. First of all, essential rules. What are essential rules? Do you have hazard setters removers? Do you have the important types filled out? Do you have good speed tiers? Then breaking power. It's pretty self-explanatory. How good can your team break defenses apart? You can just break teams apart. Support is also pretty self-explanatory. What supporting tools does your team have? Is there wish passing? Is there heal bell, knockoff, taunt? Also, momentum counts into support. And then the last category is problem solving. It is basically how versatile a team can a certain Pokemon in the team can be. For example, let's look at Mega Diancie. Mega Diancie is a very versatile Pokemon because it has 2 attacks of 160. It can run full physical attack and just nuke stuff with Diamond Storm. It can run the mixed set, or it can run complete special sets. Same with Meloetta, for example, who can, with Relic Song, can switch up its whole form and be a whole different Pokemon. That's like what problem solving comes to. How versatile. How versatile is your team, and how good can your team solve problems you might have in prep?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can also always look at like mons like Mew that learn like every move in the game. That's like a thing.
It really comes to a bunch. Yeah, versatility pretty much.
Yeah.
But if you want to start with the top, Ben, start us on
essential rules. The essential rules. Let's look at Ataraxia's team. So let's start with the typings. She is, in general, she has a good amount of typings filled out. What are the important typings you should have? A normal type is pretty good to have to avoid ghost spam. Same with a dark type. A dark type is good to have against psychic and the ghost types. A ghost type is good to have to avoid being weak to fighting and normal types. Water types, if bulky or not, just a water type in general is always good. Fire types are good for fairy resist. I don't have to explain all of this, but basically, what typings is she missing? She's missing the 2 important typings she's missing is a ghost and a dark type.
Because of store power.
Yep.
Stored power is the right important for dark types, because if you don't have a dark type, you can very easily get swept by stored power. I remember one time I faced a rain team at a dark type, and I swept him with Vaporeon on stored power.
Exactly. That's like one of the big points. Also, considering the weakness she has to ghost, she has 2 Pokemon that are technically immune to ghost types, but Furret is not going to come to games that often just because of the nature of Furret as a Pokemon. It's not that good. Meloetta might come a lot because it's a Terra type, but it might then as well Terra out of the normal type.
Also important, the Terra captains are Lilligant History and Meloetta.
Yes.
We'll get to those in a bit.
Yeah. Fire type would have also been pretty cool here, just because if you look at the fairy weakness, she only has 1 fairy resist, which is Tinkaton. And while Tinkaton is a good fairy resist, Tinkaton is a resist without defensive one without recovery, so it will not be able to take unlimited amounts of fairy moves.
Yeah, this team does really get chipped down very quickly by fairy spam.
Yeah.
It could.
The speed tiers are pretty solid. We got 110, 105, 100. Then we go all into the 90s, 85s, 70s, 65. It's okay.
And a slow pivot.
We don't have we have two speed tiers that are missing, like one between 65 and 44, but that's not that too important. And then we have the speed tier above 110, because with power creep and everything, having a Pokemon above 110 is pretty much
Borderline
necessary.
mandatory.
Pretty
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you can make it work, but like,
Yeah, you can
it's
make
not-
it
Yeah,
work.
it,
You gotta put in a lot. You gotta put in an overtime shift.
And then we get
It's
into
not
the
perfect.
hazards for the team. The hazard setting is pretty very
Are
good.
amazing.
Like we
Well,
have,
this is probably one of the better hazard teams.
yeah, we have very
Like,
good
it's probably
hazard
the
setting.
better one.
Removal is a
Mhm.
little bit worse because, for example, Mew doesn't like to run defog. Mantine and Gligar can run defog, although Gligar would rather run other moves. And Quaquaval,
Walkable, rapid spin.
No, it's fine, but Quaquaval's a good spinner.
Quaquaval is a good rapid spinner, but not in a defensive sense. It's running rapids into setup, if anything.
yeah.
Like
Like,
most of the time, I think the hazards are fun. I'll say this honestly, looking at a lot of the teams overall divisions, this is still one of the better ones. And I don't even rate the hazard set removal that good.
Yeah,
Like I
like
think there's some really bad ones.
there's actually a big problem with hazard removal over all three divisions.
They do have Furret as well for hazard removal, by the way.
Yeah, Furret is also there, but
very important.
Furret
very
will
important.
rarely come, if ever. But
This is
Tracks, I dare you to bring Furret to 5 matches.
But in general, the essential roles are only a 6 here because some important times that are missing, like the ghost spam could be pretty annoying. Even like psychic spam, if you consider that like strong psychic attacks will even chip Mew and Meloetta.
Mhm.
And
Emilio,
Fur's
can I ask a
Fur's
question?
not gonna be the ghost stopper that you want.
yeah, exactly.
Emilio, I've just thought of something, by the way.
What-
You said you were going for cute Mons. Why is there no Ninetales here?
Why is there no Victini? Oh my god, I can't believe there was no Victini.
Oh no, I no, Victini's the cutest, but what I went is why no Ninetales, because that's a cute Mon and can support Lig and Hisui.
Yeah, true.
It definitely could, but like I needed to get other essential type. Like it's just like okay, get Ninetales or have no ground type. So I got Gligar.
Oh yeah, you probably actually yeah, you could if you don't have a ground
You
type,
could
you're
have
kinda
also
missing
just
something
not
far.
drafted the Quaquaval because you already have 2 other water types now.
I
And
needed
one more
offense.
fighting type.
God damn it! It needed
Well, yeah,
offense.
we will get to offense
Quackable
now,
is
actually.
guaranteed going to win at least one game by sweeping.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
100%.
always
Oh,
a
no, it is
guarantee.
two, I think.
But where Emilio mentioned offense, this team's offense is pretty fucking horrendous.
I needed to salvage it somehow. Hop off my meat. Hold on.
Okay, let's get into the good bits
Okay.
first. We have Mega Diancie, which is one of the best mixed attackers in the game, if not the best. Living
If not
Hisui
the
with
best,
Hustle,
yeah.
which is very good, and Victory Dance sweeping. Mew, who can run special and physical sweeping sets, although in this team, Mew might be more of a supporting Mon.
Yeah, support. Yeah.
Quaquaval and Dragalge. Meloetta is also a Pokemon that has good breaking potential, but a big thing this team lacks outside of Meloetta and Mega Diancie is immediate power.
Yeah. Here's the
Yeah, I
thing.
need setup.
Like, Lilik and Hisui does hit hard with Hustle, but you're
But
missing
that
20% of the
0.8
time.
God.
Like, no. Like, this is why, like, one of Pate's, I'll mention one thing on Pate's slides, which is Lilligant without Sun is a choice, especially when it's a Terra Captain. I think to word it better is, it is a good Terra Captain, but to be consistent, you kind of want Sun because Hustle is very high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, the nature of the team, like Dragalge is good. Even offensive like choice spec sets with adaptability are great, but Dragalge gets wall by any steel type.
Yeah.
Flip turn. Boom. Get out of there. Quaquaval.
Okay, counterpoint.
Momentum.
Counterpoint. If it was Terra, it could actually break through. But to be honest, I think you're probably better for having one physical, one special Terra here.
Yeah. But in general, this team just needs a lot of setup to get going, and breaking immediately is kind of hard for this team. Because even Quaquaval likes to have a sword stance up, or a Moxie boost before it really starts to do big damage. Like, the only big attackers are like Meloetta and Mega Diancie that can immediately dish out huge amounts of damage. Lilligant technically as well, but Lilligant will miss moves.
Yeah, like Specs normal Meloetta is a fucking nuke. Especially Terra normal, like Meloetta with Hyper Poise, is a nuke. And then you've also got some fun sets with Relic Song as well, but that's more like cooking at that point.
There's a lot of pivoting on this team. A lot of U-turn. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Loki, I'd actually prefer this team if it did have Ninetales breaking power wise, because Ninetales hits hard, and also Lilligant can then just run Solar Blade. It can just outspeed everything. It doesn't have to rely on hustle. Yes, you are bit copium. You need a bit more extra power, but hustle is very risky.
Yeah, but where Dakota mentioned the all of the momentum in support, it's a 7 because the amount of momentum is just crazy. It helps a lot with the team's weaknesses.
It could literally win you a game just because it covers weaknesses. If you look at if you look down there, there's a lot of knockoff Pokemon with 3 good Tonmons. You have Trick Room support if needed. Heal Bell is there. Like, most of these support moves you want are there.
Literally, that's what I'm saying. The support is like pretty good enough that like Mew can be ran offensive most weeks.
Yeah, I
actually
think if anything, the flaw with this team with running Mew is not that it's going to be support most weeks. It's that it's kind of forced into being offensive sweeper most weeks. It's kind of the opposite for what we see most of the time, where most teams have it like where it's forced to be defensive, whereas here I think it's more forced to be offensive, which could be worse. I do prefer offensive Mew anyway. So
well, the reason the support on this team isn't higher is a big thing, because if you look at the mons that actually have most of the support moves. Like, there's Mew who has every single support move you can think of. But outside of that, like, okay, you have Meloetta with Heal Bell and Diancie who do not like to run Heal Bell. Like, for Trick Room, the same thing. Meloetta and Diancie would rather use different moves than Trick Room. Knockoff, a lot of these mons can use Knockoff very effectively. Same with the Taunt mons, except for Quaquaval, who might want different moves in their arsenal. So it just comes wide. So just the stat just isn't higher because most of these mons don't actually want to run the support moves.
Yeah, he has it, but they have it, but like they don't want to be doing it all the time.
Yeah, like if you look at how most of these mons are used in general, like most of these do not run this support moves they have, except for like Mew.
I say Gligar as well, because I feel like Emilio used knockoff a lot on Gligar last season, but I might be misremembering.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, so
because it was my only knockoff.
Okay, so that's what Emilio has design flaws. Okay, never mind.
I won the season. What do you want?
Hey, so then you overcompensate. This is like, right, everything has knockoff.
I overcompensated.
Anyway,
not have the same struggle I did.
Let's get to the last point of problem solving. So, normally, you imagine a team with Mew would have great problem solving, but if you consider that Mew, Meloetta, and Diancie are the only 3 mons with actual good variations in their sets, that's where you see the issue coming in, because Lilligant is gonna be an offensive Pokemon almost every single time you bring it, especially with Terra. Tinkaton is one of the defensive backbones of this team and cannot run all the sword stance that it wants to. Furret just will run Tidy Up, or some U-turn set. Quaquaval will be setup sweeper in some kind of way. Gligar will be a defensive support mon. Mantime is a defensive support mon. Walrein is just a bundle check. And Dragalge will be AV, Toxic Spikes, Lead, or Specs.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of the team is very like what it's going to do.
Yeah, like
but it's cute though.
Some of these mons have different options. But if you look more into the team, most of these mons are forced into a certain role. For example, like I mentioned, the Tinkaton, it will barely have any chance to run anything but the defensive support sets.
Yeah. Pate, by the way, ranked this team 18th.
Yeah.
As well.
So
We agree.
We did.
Yeah, most of us agreed that this team is the worst in the Wooper Division.
I will say, Pate
Yeah.
has a lot of the same criticisms. Though one criticism I do disagree
Amelia,
with
yes, you do.
is this is what criticism I do disagree with Pate is, where he says Furret and Warrain could come, but are a waste of points which can be used elsewhere. Furret kind of, Warrain no, it's an Iron Bundle counter, and I actually think that's valuable on this team. So you don't have to use the Terror on Mantine because Mantine is a defensive mon.
Yeah,
Defensive Terror is usually worse. I actually think Warrain's fine. Furret's kind of already got 1 point. Fuck it, whatever.
if
But
I'm being
How much
real
of a
about this
counter is it
team,
really?
Pate has a point, but he mentioned the wrong mon because Mantine, for example, I could see being swapped out on this team.
Yeah. I agreed. Mantine's the one that drop out. I also see their point. Yeah, free water types isn't the best, and they don't have decent speeches, but nothing over 110 to weakness. I will say most of the strengths actually. I will say as well, two of the strengths are basically Pate saying it's just okay, and this is very middle of the road, which is not a strength. Anything, it's weaknesses.
Yeah, but in general, this team isn't as bad as we make it out to be. It's just it is bad on paper. But this team will definitely get some wins with Quaquavel, with the Ants, with Mew set.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's really cute. Like, you guys are, like, failing to mention that.
Yeah.
Oh, it is very cute.
The gimmick around this team was drafting cute mons.
It is very cute, like Emilio.
I'm adorable. Look at that.
You are adorable.
Putting more Pico on this team.
And she does have the power. Also, I'd like to see better with more Pico. Because she has a dark type then. Also, she does have the power of the orc behind her.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Talking about the next team, though, at 17 we have Emperor Ari, aka Bird.
Hi, Bird.
They said beat Pate in pick'ems. If you look at my pick'ems, I always vote against Pate. Yo, W Bird. W Emperor Ari. Common hate. Common Pate.
So, let's start with the first thing in this team, Essential Roles. And as you can see, there's a lot of red down there. A lot of big weaknesses.
Oh, I would tweak out having that much red on my.
Oh, you can live with that. I mean, hold on.
A thing.
The EQ weakness is kind of because there's grassy terrain.
Yeah.
Which, granted, any good.
What are you doing against Earth Power?
Yeah, any good.
Yeah, you bring Earth Power or high horsepower. Like grassy terrain does help with it, but if you're in Nat decks, a lot of things get high horsepower.
High horsepower, yeah.
So let's start with the essential roles. Typings-wise, the only important type that is missing is Dark. And if we look at the weakness chart, you only have one resist to Psychic, which is very bad. And you have only one immunity to Ghost, which is also very bad.
I would say this on the Psychic. Without the Dark type, this is a team that is going to fucking get battered by stored power. And Porygon 2 can deal with Ghost types, but there's some Ghost types that Pate will know this. Can just set up on you and basically sweep you.
Spectre.
Spectre.
I've never done that to Pate. Like, never ever done that to Pate. Like, you know.
Yeah. Let's go over the speed tiers.
We're being me to Pate because we'll actually be nice.
Holy shit!
These speed tiers.
Yeah.
This is a fast fucking team.
Yeah.
This is a fast team, but oh my god.
Pretty bad when it comes to speed tiers because we have 142 with Dragapult, we have 130 with Jolteon, 120 with Sneasler, and then we have a 22 point gap between Sneasler and Iron Crown at 98. And then we get down to Lando T at 91 and then it's dropped down to 75 again. Then between Porygon and Spidops, there's also a big gap. So, not only is this team extremely weak to Trick Room...
The hazards are shit. The hazards are shit.
Yeah. The team is extremely weak to Trick Room and will allow a lot of mons that are at 100 speed or a little higher, like from 100 to 105, to run Modest or Adamant sets. Which,
also...
pretty much hurts...
How are you weak to Trick Room? How are you weak to Trick Room with Porygon 2? Like, how are you weak to Trick Room with Porygon 2?
Yeah,
Can we talk about the hazards?
Yeah, the hazards are very awful.
We're getting there.
Their lack of.
They are dog shit.
We have one rocker, a single one, which is Lando. Lando likes running rocks. Lando can run rocks. But this team is now forced to run
It
rocks
removed its
every week.
versatility.
Yeah, it's forced to run it every week. Unless you want to bring Spidops, who sets up spikes, T-spikes, or webs for you, which it can only do one of those things before it gets killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say then you have to.
And you got Sneasler as your only other hazard setter with T-spikes, which, being honest, Sneasler, you're very rarely ever running that.
Yeah.
Like,
and let's get
their
to
hazard removal is kind of bad as well.
We only have 2 defoggers.
Yeah, like,
and both of them would rather run
You're
something else.
You're not running defog on Volcanion. I barely doubt it.
I didn't even know Volcanion got defog.
Oh no, I do Volcanion got it because I've actually run defog Volcanion before, but it's not a great defogger. It's much better as an AV mon. It's not a good defogger. Lando is here.
It is
basically
so good with AV.
Honestly, I think I was being nice to the essential roles, Grade 5, because the more I think about it, you force one of the most versatile mons in the game, Lando T, into 2 roles that counterintuitive each other.
Yeah. This team, total points, is by the way tied. This team is tied with the other one. The only reason this team is higher is because of breaking power and problem solving, where we're going to get into now. Because
let me read out something from
Dragapult.
This is actually I agree with. 1 second. Pace PR, so I agree with. It's like, hazards are a mess. Landorus is your only rocker, and Spyros be the main hazard set, but everything else is a huge problem. Landorus shouldn't need to run defog every week. Volcanion shouldn't have to run defog ever, but might have to with how terrible removal is. Bang on the money there. Like, that's
Pay was actually on the money.
Yeah. He splashed that, yeah. He knocked that down.
Yeah, Paid ranked Ari's team at 15th. Let's get into the breaking power, though. This is where the team is great, because, first of all, you have Dragapult, which is amazing. You have Jolteon.
Terra's on this team?
With Terra. Porygon 2 with Terra.
Probably Jolteon.
Jolteon and Porygon 2?
Yeah, because download Porygon 2 can actually do a shit ton of damage with Terra.
Porygon 2 is underratedly powerful as a basic. Even running it defensive, you don't even need to invest sometimes for it to do damage as a defensive mon.
Yeah, but let's get into it more. We have Sneasler. Let's get into the physical attackers. We have Dragapult, we have Sneasler, we have Lando T, we have Tapu Bulu, who will all be great physical attackers for this team. And even Volcanion can run a physical set if it wants to.
Lando has to be defensive.
Yeah, Lando has to be defensive, but on paper, this team's offense is just very amazing physically. And let's get into special. We have Dragapult with spec sets. We have Terra Jolteon, which is just a pain to deal with in general. We have Iron Crown, and we have Lando, who can run special sets, Porygon 2, and Volcanion with 130 special attack as well. Like, there are not a lot of teams who will be able to stand the offensive pressure of this team.
Like, especially because
like
Porygon is going to get Bolt Beam coverage as well, and also can do, like, Terra Go, so then make Shadow Ball boosted up, and then you got Stab, Shadow Ball, Stab, Normal, which hits nearly everything as well.
Yeah. Dakota, you want to say
I kind of feel like Tapu Bulu Terra would have gone really crazy for this
I think
team
it's banned.
instead.
Is it banned?
No, it's not banned. It's not banned this season. It makes Tapu Bulu like actually very like.
Tapu Bulu with Terra
versatile.
is viable here.
Yeah.
I mean, you also have Porygon and Jolteon, so it's like
decent Terra. Jolteon is a good Terra captain. Porygon 2, I would say, is decent. But there is better options you had, definitely. Like, the Tapu Bulu is definitely
banned.
Crown is banned, yes.
Crown banned.
But Bulu would have probably been a better option over Porygon 2.
Yeah, Crown's fucking nuts. You don't want to allow that Terra. That thing's actually insane with Terra.
Yeah, if this thing gets an actual good fighting type move it can hit constantly, you have a problem. But off to the support, which is, again, a kind of bad part about this team. This team has a lot of taunters, first of all. But as we mentioned, hazards also go into support, and hazards are god-awful. We do have some good momentum with U-turners and Volt Switchers and even teleport on Porygon.
But there's no slow pivot.
And you do have slow momentum in... You do have slow momentum in Spidops, which can run Memento.
Yeah, technically. Spidops also has U-turn, technically. But...
Oh, I'm not counting U-turn. I'm counting Memento. Memento can actually be used for step tweaks. Spidops, will give it credit, can do stuff, it's just terrible.
Yeah, but then we come to a different problem where, of course, Porygon 2 is one of your best defensive mons, but the next best defensive mon, Lando, does not have recovery. Volcanion, who can run defensive sets, does not have recovery.
Yo,
And
Wish Pass Jolteon's gonna go crazy.
you
on this
only
team.
have Wish Pass Jolteon.
Wish
Yeah,
Pass Jolteon's gonna go insane.
the grassy terrain does help for Canyon a little bit because it does give it passive healing. Same with Porygon too, but yeah. Oh,
Lando.
actually, and also the grassy terrain. No, I know Lando. That's why I didn't mention Lando. I meant Volcanion and Porygon too. It does also set up like Unburden Switch to Sneaseless. There is that at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So grassy does
That's
help.
always a
Grassy Turn will definitely help. Like it'll keep Porygon and Volcanion.
Wait, does Lando T get high horsepower? It doesn't. So it's gonna mostly be running special because it can't really run Earthquake when you bring to relay. I just
You're
realized that.
right. You're right. No, I think it gets Stomping Tantrum. Wait, does Stomping Tantrum also get weakened?
no, it doesn't.
Yeah, I know, but it's 75. It's much weaker. It's 75 base power.
It is
I'll double
much
check
weaker.
now.
Yeah.
Like,
So you're mostly running Earth power a lot, I'd say.
yeah, that's why support is also so
pretty
low, because
unfortunate.
there is some
Oversight.
synergistic problems with Lando. And while you have some decent support moves and like very good momentum support, the hazard support and the overall rest of the support, like your only heal bell or aromatherapy mon is Jolteon, your only wish passer is Jolteon, and Trick Room and Trick are both on Porygon too.
Yeah. And you're never running Trick Porygon unless you're doing some weird scarf bullshit.
Yeah. And
That
then,
means you're not running Eviolite, so it's like fuck.
yeah. And then we get into the last category, which is problem solving for this team. And this team has Dragapult.
Yeah, it has Dragapult, so it's always gonna be
Yeah.
So
good.
this is the same like with
That's what it
the
is.
Mew team. It has to be at least a 6 because it's their Dragapult is there. And then we add to that, we have Lando T, which is a very, very, very versatile Pokemon. Although in this team, it is kind of forced to do certain things like Rocks and Defog.
Plus, he doesn't want to play around hazards.
Like on paper, you know.
We have Iron Crown, which it can run some defense, Iron defense sets. It has Calm Mind, Weakness Policy with Agility. We have Sneasler, who has like this Band, Scarf with Poison Touch, Fake Out sets with their RDM Burden sets. We have Tapu Bulu, which has Subseed sets, Bulk Up sets, Choice Band sets, even like some annoying bullshit with Nature's Madness. Porygon 2, which is pretty versatile in itself, like some defensive sets and stuff. And Volcanion.
It can be offensive if you really want.
Yeah. Like, problem solving is pretty good on this team. Mostly carried by Dragapult and Lando T, but the other Pokemon have a lot of different sets, except for like Jolteon and Spidops.
I will say this: like the team has a lot of weaknesses on paper, but it gives me Emilio's team from last season vibes, where it has a lot of weaknesses on paper, but once it in practice, it does work.
Yeah, this team, this team is not a defensive team. This team is a hyper offensive team through and through.
The same principle.
No, Emilio's team was better, more offensive, but I do think this team's better than it looks.
Yeah, this team is a hyper offense team through and through, and the defensive backbone is going to be Porygon. The only reason it's ranked higher than Ataraxia's team is because, personally, I felt like this team can pick up more teams than Ataraxia's team.
Ataraxia's is cuter.
You're just committing to like always making the right play with this team, though.
Yeah,
because you're just playing a hyper offense.
I will say that.
I mean, that's how the playstyle works.
Emperor is one of the better players in Wooper, in my opinion, so it kind of works for them.
Yeah.
If it was someone else, I'd be like,
But we don't rank the players here. We only rank teams.
Players.
So
because then we just put Peyton last.
Yeah. So on to the next team, we have Tsubasa, who wants to have the Jumpluff emoji for some reason. They love Jumpluff.
Why'd you just hold on, Roy? Why'd you just
say like Jumpluff
out of random?
What does that say?
He responded to one of your messages that just said BBL.
No, because Cry was saying I'm not Brazilian, but I know why you've got that emoji for Pickens. I was like, yeah, Brazilian butt lift, because that's what his name is. That's why I think that's why I think Brazil.
I think here is the start where the teams definitely pick up a little bit. Still, like, only half a point higher, but this team generally has more things.
My god. 100-71.
Yeah.
God.
We will get into that really quickly.
And it's a Sandaconda.
Really
oh my god.
Masanaconda, don't.
Let's start with the typing. every important typing is filled out because Rock, Ice, and Bug are not necessary.
There's not a bug
No.
type.
You don't need a bug type. I
Just said
said
that's not
every important
necessary.
type is filled out.
I will say this: there's only two. Shut up. You don't need a bug type unless
Yeah.
it's Sizzle. Then you need it.
Absolutely, I agree.
Anyways, you were saying?
You were saying something, Roy?
Yeah, sorry. There's only two pieces of red here where like the only things they are weak to is ice, and it's on the bottom three mons, and flying, which is a bit of a weakness for this team, but honestly quite a lot to do with flying.
Yeah, like
It gets hit on by freeze dry.
Special flying
Hurricane.
will fuck
Crazy.
this team up. Physical flying
Yeah.
teams.
Holy shit. Oh my
Skarmory
god,
can
I
deal
can't
with
believe it. This
perfectly.
team I can't believe it. This team loses to Mega Pidgeot.
Yeah, this team
It
loses
does
to Meta
actually lose
Pidgeot.
this hard lose to Maypidgeot,
Um,
which is a sign of a bad team because Maypidgeot
It-
sucks.
It loses to any mon that gets like freeze dry.
Yeah.
That can actually hit hard.
This team's
Oh, yeah.
Terra captains are Guzzlord and Jumpluff. I will get into that right now. You have so many points to spend, and you spend your Terra points on Guzzlord and Jumpluff, which is already pretty fucking...
Oh no, honestly, they're pretty sick for that. Honestly, I respect the shit out of them.
No, hang on. I will defend the Guzzlord one slightly. Guzzlord is not a terrible Terra captain. Jumpluff without Sun. Actually, no. We're gonna get this is the second team where I'm like, why is there no Sunsetter on this team? This team
Jumpluff
actually
doesn't
gets
need
better if they
Sun,
have a
though.
Sunsetter.
There's a
They got Mega
Houndoom.
Houndoom,
That is
Screen Tail
true,
is boosted with the Sun, and Jumpluff. Like, this is what I mean. Like, that's why I'm like, why is there no Sunsetter? It actually benefits the team a lot more.
Let's get into
Then
it, though.
it'll
The
be
big
water
and most prevalent issue of this team, the speed tiers. We have 130, 115, 111, 110, 110, 100, and then there's a 29 speed gap.
And also, by the way, Sandaconda, Skarmory, both fake speed tiers. So
Yeah.
essentially, it just
Yeah,
goes to
they're
100
fake.
and then just goes to shit.
And then you again have a speed gap between Skarmory and Iron Hands of 20.
I don't think that one's as important, but like, yeah, I
No.
get it. Yeah.
That one doesn't matter.
And even
But
Tentacruel
you
doesn't like
basically-
running speed every game. So you have a huge problem where all of your good offensive mons outside of Iron Hands are very fast. And a lot of mons, a lot of good offensive mons will run Adamant or Modest, like Urshifu Single Strike will run Adamant
I was
into
literally
this
just
team.
I was literally just about to run that out. Like, you could run Urshifu
I mean-
Single Strike, max HP, max attack Adamant, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. That's the big
I
problem.
mean, they'll be fun. They got Ogerpon, but yeah.
Like, you have big problems when it comes to the speed gaps here. Hazard-wise, you have good hazard setting. You have two good stealth rockers, 2 good spikers, and 1 good T-spike. Sandaconda is not that good at setting rocks because Sandaconda in general is not necessarily ground type you want to have. It's decent, but it's not good.
Yeah, it's a bit of an airmon.
And
Now
I
we're
don't
hating
rate it.
on Sandaconda. That skill shot
No,
set
I think
was crazy. Oh my god.
I think Sandaconda's a better Terra captain than Jumpluff, but this person obviously loves Jumpluff, and I respect the shit out of him.
Yeah.
So
I like jump off in doubles. I don't like it in singles. Doubles is a very good mod. I think it's actually great. But
then we
like
have the
singles,
removal, where we have Skarmory, who does not like running defog because it's normally one that puts up the hazards. We have 1 rapid spinner.
Yeah, this is another
could
one
be
where the
worse.
hazard removals. I don't think it's the worst, but it's also like it's. I don't know if you really want to run
it's
defog.
passable.
Have you any defog? It's passable, but it's not the worst I've seen.
Yeah, it's
There
not
is
the
one
worst.
team that I've seen that must say like, "What the fuck is your removal?" But
It'll
can't remember if it was in
work.
Quag or Wooper.
Let's get into the breaking power though of this team now. We have 2 amazing special breakers in Mega Houndoom and Spectre.
Yeah.
Physically, we have
hang on.
Ogerpon
I will-
and Iron Hands.
I will say this: you are stretching with amazing on Mega Houndoom, but carry on.
It has 140 special attack. Hufflepuff is me, you know.
It's not that good of a mon.
Remind me what Jfuka did in BTL with it.
Okay, but I won BTL that season, so
Yeah,
again, I
yeah,
don't think that's a good sign of quality.
Yeah, but Jfuka also dropped out because of other shit and Sully took over. You can't rate solely
Oh, yeah, no.
use of Mega Houndoom.
Oh no! I was rating the league. No. He used Mega Houndoom great. I just still don't love it. But yeah,
I mean,
fair point.
granted, I don't like it either, but like it has 140 special attack. Like
It has 140
It
special
can
attack. It
break.
has nasty plot,
Oh.
and there's still like people can set Sun without
Sludge
a Sun
Bomb.
Center.
I will say this. I wouldn't call it great. I'd say good. Like it's not on level Spectre. Spectre's miles better.
Yes, of
I'm
course,
No, of
Spectre
course,
is miles
obviously.
better, but Mega Houndoom is still great when it comes.
I wouldn't
to
call it
so
great.
Spectre,
Good.
Mega Houndoom will break, and then
Great
on the
might be a
physical
reach.
side,
That's
the
why I'm
physical
going.
side,
Like,
it's
I
like
think it's good, but I think great's a reach.
it's Woger and hands.
Yes,
Because you get rocks up and it can never just ignore rocks.
Yeah.
Just,
Quick question: does Mega Houndoom does he get Swords Dance or anything? Because Sucker Punch is an option as well.
it gets work up. Not sword step. Gets howl and work up.
Okay. To be fair,
Honestly,
it could run a
it
mix
might be
set
better.
as well, which isn't going to. Sucker Punch is a fun move that one like if it doesn't need much of a coverage.
Yeah, but Roy, why are we mentioning physical Mega Houndoom right now? This is not the point where we should mention.
this is bad.
Because
Anyways,
their
idea.
breaking power is
No,
pretty
we're on
active.
breaking power. I
Like,
mean, they've got two really good
I'll-
special breakers, and then they got two really good physical breakers.
I'll say this: there is some walls that you'll be able to beat with Work Up Houndoom. To give it credit.
And then
I
there's
still
just
don't think it's great though.
there's just a bunch of just stuff in the middle. That's how I feel about this team.
Yeah, this team has a bunch of Pokemon that are offensive detriments. Let's say that. Because Skarmory outside of Body Press is not doing a lot of damage. Licky needs a Sword Stance to do any damage. Guzzlord can do damage, okay? Especially with Terra, it can do damage. But Guzzlord is also, outside of its HP stat, its defenses are horrible.
You just throw an AV on it. Yo, give Guzzlord Parting Shot. What is Game Freak doing?
I have a copium. I have a copium take for breaking. All right, copium take. Ranbat. Terra Jumpluff is a fucking menace with Leech Sub Strength Sap.
Yes, but that's not breaking technique. That's more...
not really.
Oh no, that's breaking
like
in the same way Salazzle. No, I call that breaking in the way Salazzle breaks.
Oh, I guess.
But Salazzle also breaks by having a good special attack stat.
It does have a good special attack as well.
Jumpluff can't have everything, guys.
Damn, 55? I did not know it was that bad. God,
it's really weak. It's a great support mon in doubles, like I said, but like it's very weak. It's adorable.
Your Roy's focusing way too much on this fucking Jumpluff today.
Yeah, exactly. Other than that, yeah, I wish the Sandaconda was Terra.
Yeah,
Sandaconda Terra over like Jumpluff. Granted,
over Jumpluff.
I know he probably really likes Jumpluff, and I think he's sick for that. But if you want like the better team, I think Sandaconda Terra would actually be pretty cool.
Like, I also think that
I rate Sandaconda.
Honestly, if you had Sun, I actually wouldn't hate Jumpluff here because Jumpluff can do some fun shenanigans with chlorophyll support, but that's support like.
I also think Screamtail is probably like one of the best speed tiers, like maybe in draft, just because 111 just enough to outspeed like Lottie, get Thunder Waves off.
Yeah, we'll get to that in support because I think Screamtail does help this team a lot.
So,
the
specific things on breaking power, why it is not higher than 6, although they do have some great physical and special attackers, is that everything else needs setup. Sandaconda needs setup. Tentacruel needs setup. Jumpluff is kind of non-mon offensively. Guzzlord needs a Beast Boost to be very threatening. Like, there's the problem, like you can't just run Spectre every game with Specs. And
no, it has to bring like sub
nasty plot, calm mind, whatever.
Yeah, like the big problem is special attackers get walled by good dark types.
Yeah, because Houndoom doesn't get any coverage for dark types, does it?
Not. Its best move for dark types are the fire moves.
Does it get Focus Blast?
It does not. And Spectre's best move for dark types is Draining Kiss, and good special defensive dark type, like let's say Alolan Muck, will eat that
Umbreon
Draining Kiss up and not bat an eye.
In fairness, you could just run Mud Shot on that one though.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm getting at, Roy.
That's not the point. That's not the point he's trying to make.
Yeah.
Anyways, it could be better. There are some pieces it could break, but like it's a little harder to do on this team.
And how this team is set up, you are pretty much forcing yourself to run, because you only have 4 good attackers. You're pretty much forcing yourself into running all those 4 attackers every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think Mega Houndoom becomes way more than you'd like it to here.
Yeah.
The plus side is Mega Houndoom might make top 10 in kills again, which is quite funny.
Let's get into
I'm
this fight,
fucking
though.
rooting for you, Zarwaza.
Because
this is
we're
screen.
already 45 minutes in. We're just at Team 16.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my
Oh,
fucking
fuck.
god, we need to speed this shit up.
Yeah,
Alright, please.
Roy's talking a lot about like
Low tiers that don't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Tiers that don't fucking matter. Anyways, the support is really good. Not really good, but like there's a Scream Tail, so it has to be decent.
T-Wave helps a lot. Like,
Hazard
they also
support
have
is
permission
good.
Licky Licky.
The big problem I have with Licky Licky.
No, Wish actually does matter. Wish does actually matter. Like,
the big problem I have with
Licky Licky.
Licky Licky does the same thing Screamtail does, but worse.
Thing as Scream Tail does. Yeah.
But Licky Licky is a wasted Pokemon.
Kamala.
Honestly, Kamala would actually probably. No, he's cooking. He's cooking.
Kamala would,
that or like a or
Kamala would, first of all, Kamala would fix one of the speed gaps between 70 and 50. And Kamala actually has more uses than Licky Licky does.
Yeah. Well, this team actually does.
Off, and it spins, like, which is
and it's something that can catch any like status moves for you if you want to.
That as well, like with fucking Comatose is pretty good.
Yeah,
I get that over Licky Licky.
But the general best support mon here is Screamtail. Jumpluff can support it a little bit. The hazard support itself is good. The hazard removal is not, as we mentioned. There's a good amount of knockoffers on this team, a good amount of taunters. So it seems like solid in support, but not good.
It's decent.
That's
like Screamtail carries.
Screamtail, so it's good.
Exactly.
Yeah, it just carries like shit.
Problem solving, they're pretty much bringing the same sets on majority of things most weeks.
Yeah. Problem solving is the big, the worst part about this team, because
I honestly would have rated it lower. Hold on.
Yeah. What mons in this team have different sets? Tentacruel does have a good amount, a good amount of different sets. Ogerpon Wellspring has some sets. Screamtail,
Sanaconda, Iron Hands, I guess.
Iron Hands is just gonna run Choice Banner AV every week. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
100%.
my
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some big problems here when it comes to problems. Like, you cannot, the big problem you have, you can offensively not solve a lot of problems. Defensively, you can solve some problems, like with some AB sets, like specific sets from Screamtail or Tentacruel, but that's pretty much it.
There's a lot of support and problem solving reliance on like Screamtail.
Yeah,
Screamtail is a hard carry for this team.
Yeah.
Pate ranked me 16th, by the way. He had a lot of the same problems we did. He really likes his fire, water, grass scores, and he just basically he doesn't like Houndoom, and he doesn't like Guzzlord and Jumpluff as Terra captains. Called them the worst in the division.
They probably are the worst in the division.
I
can't get over the speed tiers.
Yeah.
The speeds are very bad.
I can't get over it because Tentacruel's at 100, which is like mostly a defensive mon, and then next is Jumpluff.
Yeah.
So it's
I mean, that's not my biggest problem. My problem is the Tentacruel to Sanaconda. Well, actually, no, it's like more like the Ogerpon to Sanaconda, to be honest.
Yeah. It's the bottom half of his speed.
Yeah, literally, the Ogerpon to Sanaconda. And even Sanaconda isn't running speed. Neither is Skarmory. It's really bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's basically.
But I respect your love for Jumpluff.
Yeah, I respect it too.
Let's get to the next team.
Please, we need to fucking get this over with.
Penis.
If I see pussy, I run in the opposite direction. If I see myself, I wide open.
I open wide.
I open wide.
To be honest, you are not ready for penis.
Our dear meme lord of CPL penis. Let's get right into it. The essential roles are god awful, with like it is with every single penis team there is.
It's a penis team.
You know what you get with a penis team.
He's picking a gimmick and he's full diving.
Yeah,
his team is very wet with 3 water types.
Yeah, let's start with the essential roles. We don't have a normal type, and you only have 1 ghost resist, which is T-Type, which is a great ghost resist. Don't get me wrong, but some ghost types will pack fairy coverage or fighting coverage. You don't have you have a big fire weakness, which you will need to patch up with T-Tar, Dracovish, and Slowking. You have a huge ice weakness, which Araquanid, who gets balled by Freeze Dry, and Slowking, which gets balled by Freeze Dry.
Yeah.
You have a big Dark weakness and a big Ghost weakness. And let's get to the best part of this. This team does not have a Fairy type.
Yeah.
And two
I
Steel
will-
types.
Terra Hydrapple.
I will.
Yeah, but the two Steel types are
but you're
Excadrill
Terra.
and Dugtrio Alola. So, why should I not run Outrage into this team?
Hydrapple needs to Terra Fairy a lot here. I will defend one part of this. The fire weakness is a bit overblown because the three of the fire weak mons are the second best Terra Captain, a Fire Plume, and a Boy Band. So I don't think the fire weakness is that bad. The other weaknesses,
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. That's just his low tiers are all weak to fire, so I don't think that matters.
Yeah.
But there
Yeah,
is
that's
other much worse things on this team. Let's get to the hazard removal.
You have
What the fuck is this?
Defog on a mon that doesn't want to run Defog. You have Spin on a mon that
Well,
actually
never.
does. Will run Spin, but will probably
It's
would
Sand
rather
Rush.
run
It's a
something
Sand
else.
Rush. It's gonna be you
Yeah.
want to run like Story Sands, just like
Yeah.
the Sand team, Sand Rush Excadrill.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
you don't have spikes and T-specs.
Yeah.
Don't need them, baby. Don't need them.
Yeah. Let's get to the speed tiers. We have 110,
I-
100.
I just
There's a gap
uh,
between Lando and Excadrill, which is not too bad. It's just 13 points. Then Excadrill into Dracovish is okay, also 13 points. Like the speed tiers are decent. Like a mon above 110 would be good, because otherwise you're relying on your Sand Sweepers.
and to be honest, though, the
I mean, that's
110
like the
one is
whole
fake.
thing.
The trio low is kind of fake. Like it's not really a
Whoa.
mon. Really, it's one of I don't rate Dog Trio low. Dog Trio
He's-
rate all day long. Oh, he's
He's
adorable. He's got long hair like me. I should love him, but it's Dog Trio low. If Dog Trio low had Arena Trap, I'd rate it, but it doesn't.
Roy, you always get too much into the low tiers.
It's got tangling
No,
hair,
no,
though.
that's my
They
point.
want
That's my
to get
point.
up to
That's
speed.
my
Bro,
point.
it has
I'm saying on the
35
speed
HP.
it's
gonna die.
Let me get this up. I'm actually no. My point is their speed basically affected cats out 101. Dog Trio Lola is not a one you often going to prep for. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's my point. I'm not defending it. I'm actually criticizing it.
Also,
Oh,
let's get-
35 is crazy.
let's get into the breaking power, though, which is always the best part about penis teams. We have Lando
As a
I
Draco.
with Sheer Force, with Excadrill, with Dracovish,
And Sandforce. And Sandforce.
yeah, with Houndstone, which in Sand with Poltergeist is fucking nasty. We have T-Tar, we have Hydrapple with Terra, we have a Slowking, and we even have a Vileplume on a technical basis, although we'll never run special attacking investment.
No.
Did you just mention Slowking for breaking power?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
besides from that thing still hurt like a fucking
Oh.
bitch.
And I'll tell
They
you
don't
this.
break though.
I'll tell you this. If there's anyone who's going to run Trick Room, Life Orb Slowking, it's probably Penis.
well, yeah, I
that's
forgot we're
it.
talking about penis. Yeah, never mind. It's
That
definitely
is a
His Slowking can hit. Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this, even defensive Houndstone can also be a breaker as well with body press because that thing
Body.
is like a
Mhm.
trap.
Let's get into support though while we talk about Slowking, because Slowking provides a shit ton of support for this team. First of all, we have Trick Room support, which Hydrapple and Araquanid love here. Then we have Sand support from Tyranitar, obviously. Hazard support is pretty fucking ass. And
Sticky web.
let's get into the
Which probably
momentum,
helps him a
guys.
lot.
Look at the momentum.
Yeah, momentum is
It's
terrible.
Slowking and Lando.
This team
Yeah.
pivots like crazy.
You are relying on Hydrapple using Draco or Jetpack way too much.
Nobody
I don't
is
think
not
he's
gonna
like
run
like
Draco
that.
eject pack that much.
Yeah,
Right?
nah.
It's well, no, that's what I mean. Like that's basically that is your second. That's your third best pivoting is
Yeah.
Draco or Jetpack. Also, I will say this as well. Onto problem solving. Hydrapple is forced to be Terra Fairy way too much for my liking. It's probably his best Terra, but you don't want to force it in Omni Terra to be Terra Fairy nearly every week.
I really like Chili with the Sand team. I really fuck with that. It resets
Oh, it's
Sands.
really fun
They
game,
reset
man.
it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't know. It's just hard.
Yeah,
He
but
can if he plays really good, he can keep up his Sand and his speed like the whole game with just like the Chili Tyranitar switching.
Yeah, that's a thing I wanted to mention in support before Roy went off into problem solving already. Slowking carries the
Alright.
biggest load of everything here because it supports in so many fucking
Mhm.
ways. The chili to reset sand with Tyranitar. You just in general being the slow pivot it is with like Trick Future Sight, which will help guarantee some kills for Dracovish or Excadrill. Like in general, this
Mhm.
team gets carried hard by Slowking plus T-Tar in support. Especially when you consider there's only 2 knockoff Pokemon, T-Tar and Lando. And 2 Taunters, which are also T-Tar and Lando.
That is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Problem solving now, though. Deck Trio is a non-mon, so that doesn't count. Lando can solve some good problems because Penis has sand. So Penis can viably run Sand Force on Lando if he wanted to.
Mhm.
Yeah, like fucking Sandforce.
Gen 5 Sandforce was
Sandforce.
crazy.
Yeah, that's actually pretty sick. Like, especially some teams like that are very weak to Earth Power as well. You can just run Gravity Earth Power and just nuke some teams.
Yeah, that week one.
Yeah, then we have
Yeah.
Then we have Houndstone, which is a pretty versatile Pokemon in its own right. It can run AV pretty good. It can run Sand Rush. It can run fluffy defensive sets with Body Press. It has Willow support. Like, it has some good sets. T-Tar is probably the best Pokemon when it comes to the problem solving because T-Tar can do so many things.
Like T-Wave support, Dragon Dance, just knock on, Stealth
And
Rocks.
it loves having an item a lot. This is why regular T-Tar is so much better than Mega T-Tar, because having an item is so good on T-Tar.
So much better is a little bit of an over exaggeration. Mega T-Tar is still good, but I get what you mean.
Oh, I think it's
It's
good.
hard.
I
It's
love
better.
Mega T-Tar. Like I like Mega T-Tar, but I love
Vileplume would be defensive. Hydrapple.
Defensive
Uh,
Vileplume is actually the real deal. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah,
the
I've
It's
like
really
underestimated
good.
it
It's
before.
really good.
It
It
does
is
work.
really good.
really good.
Yeah, and we have Hydrapple,
But-
who will mostly run the same 3 sets. It's either defensive, AV, or offensive. Araquanid is actually pretty versatile here because we have a Water Absorbmon here. We have Water Bubble with Liquidation plus plus Choice Band in Trick Room, which can be set up by Slow.
I
Yeah,
kind of
think
want to go
Arachne-
back to. I want to go back to like his speed tier thing because now that I think about it, like he has webs, he has sand, and he has trick room. He
Trick
can
Room.
manipulate
Penis good,
speed a
yeah.
lot. Yeah, he can manipulate
Yeah.
speed a lot.
Yeah.
He definitely had. That's
Yeah,
what.
but like
That's what.
in
That's his
face
problem solving, like,
value, it's like
yeah.
when it
No,
comes
that
to
comes to
speed.
his problem
Hmm.
solving. Problem solving. He can solve his speed issue because basically he effectively caps out 101. Let's be real. But he has ways around that. I don't mean the Jug Trio or Alola. He has like the sticky webs. He has Trick Room. He has Sand. He has ways to get around it.
Yeah, that's why this problem solving is so high because Penis, although this team is very wonky and gimmicky, like every Penis team, he has some ways to get around the stuff that is actually hurtful to him. For example, this team normally would be getting fucked by water types with ice that have ice coverage. So basically every water type. But then again, you have the Araquanid, which will absorb the water moves. You have the Terra on Hydrapple. You even have Vileplume. Like he can fix the stuff he needs to fix.
Yeah.
He was so
Maybe
happy
not
when I
as
dropped
great
that
as he
Hydrapple.
wants to, but he can.
Yeah. Just to add, Pate ranked this team 13th, which I actually kind of agree with a bit because it's better than it looks on paper. And Pate also said Hydrap and Houndstone are great Terra captains, which I agree. They're two of my favourite Terra captains. They are very good Terra captains.
Exactly. Off to the next team,
Realism.
who is Cartel Goku fan. Let's get into typings.
Skibbity toilet. I gotta use the skibbity toilet.
Yeah, I gotta use the Skibidi toilet.
What is a Phantom Tax? What the fuck is that? Kids these days.
Make me Phantom Text.
Wow, you're old. You don't know what
Yeah.
Phantom Tax is?
No.
Wow,
What
yeah.
the fuck is this shit? Hang on, I'm Googling it.
Let's get into it. First of all, this team's typings are filled up pretty well. You're missing a ghost type, which is pretty
Okay.
fucking bad considering what I'm about to talk about next. You're missing a dragon type, which is kind of fine. You don't necessarily need one. Fighting type is also not necessary for this team, but why it is so bad that he's missing a ghost type? Look at the fighting type weakness. You have four Pokemon that you have 4 Pokemon that are weak to fighting. there is Slowking and Togekiss, which are good fighting absorbers. Same with Clodsire.
Bro.
Yeah, Slowbro.
Slow,
But
bro.
let's get into it. Why they maybe not be the best fighting checks. First,
Urshifu single runs this team down.
First of all, most fighting types get rock coverage, so Togekiss will get hit by that. Second
Or
of all,
ice.
most fighting types get like Earthquake at least. So Clodcire has a problem there. The only solid answer to fighting types is Slowbro, which is a great fighting answer, but there is an issue. And the only answer to a normal type, to any normal spam, is Scizor.
Not Mega Sizzle, regular Sizzle.
Yeah.
That's all he needs, baby.
Fire type weakness is also pretty bad, because your only few resistances are Chi-Yu and Slowbro. So
And Chi-Yu is not a resist.
Yeah. Chi-Yu will still take a lot of damage from fire type moves. Slowbro will take them pretty well though.
Yeah.
Also, you don't have a singular flying type resist, so flying spam will fuck this team up.
Yeah, I don't see division. Yeah, I don't see division.
Okay. By the way, just for context, Emilio helped make this team. So Emilio helped make two of the bottom 5 ranked teams.
Yeah.
Nah.
Let's get into the speed tiers. So the speed tiers are very solid. We have 123, 115, 100, 90, 80. There's the biggest gap probably. Like, we have a 15-point gap, which is also between 115 and 100, but that's fine. Then we have 56, 30, and 20, which at the lower tier speed gaps don't matter too much.
I'm going to be real. They basically have a gap between 100 and 123, because how often is Persian come into a match?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, but on paper, the speed tier is there.
Exactly.
Let's get into hazards. You have one of the best hazard setters in the game, which is Clodsire. And then you have Meowscarada, which is a solid backup for Spikes or T-Spikes. And Torterra, which is not gonna run rocks that often.
It can, but it can, but it's...
Yeah, the Terra captains here are Torterra and Porygon Z.
Yeah, you can run defensive Terra and run rocks well, Nate.
Emilio, can I ask you a genuine question? Did you come when you come to this idea? Did you have the same idea I did? It was like, okay, I'm running Shell Smash. I want to know where I'm on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We thought like as well. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, I like that synergy. That'll come into support later. Also, the hazard removal is a bit air. It's not the worst, but it's a bit air.
It's just defog, so competitive mons and
Yeah, it's too I don't think Togekiss and Scizor are not bad defoggers, but I kind of rather run other stuff on Scizor a lot of time.
Yeah, Togekiss is fine with running defog. Scizor would rather run different moves, being real. No Spinner hurts this team a lot because you remove your own hazards that Clodsire sets up every time.
You're so good at setting hazards.
Yeah. But in general, why the essential laws are so rolled, you have some huge weaknesses. Speed tiers are pretty solid, but the removal is just fucking ass. Outside of Clodsire, you don't have too reliable. Like your setters are hazard setters aren't that reliable because Meow would rather run probably offensive set, and Torterra does probably like running Shell Smash more. There we come into the breaking power though, with two very great offensive Terra captains in Torterra and Porygon Z. So let's start with special. You have 3 great special breakers in Chi-Yu, Porygon Z, and Togekiss. Plus you have Slowbro, which can always support the breaking, and especially. You even have niche Meow sets. Then we have physical. We have Meow. You have Scizor, the regular Scizor. And you have Torterra with Shell Smash. So this team will hit things like a fucking truck.
Yeah, like honestly, I considered rating this 10, but then I was like, it's missing one more for me to hit a 10. But this is fantastic.
The only reason it's not 10 is because the Meow and Scizor are great physical breakers, but Torterra needs setup. There was one more Pokemon physically that could hurt a lot without needing setup, would be a 10, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Clearly overlooking the Persian that's right there.
What, with 70 attack, you motherfucker?
Technician fake out, let's go.
Technician fake out, boy. Technician life form fake out.
being real though, I will say this: Porygon C, especially with how weak some teams are to normal. For example, this team, it's just going to nuke. Like for example, let's say they're facing this team with a Porygon C Terra, they can just run Terra Fire and Terra Normal like Tri Attack. They're like Terra Normal, Terra Fire, Terra Blast, and then just Tri Attack
you
as well, and
okay?
they hit everything.
Are you okay?
No,
Yeah,
no, I'm
that's
having a stroke. I'm having a stroke.
Anyway,
Yo, Persian gets some nasty coverage. Oh my god.
yeah, Persian doesn't have the attack stats to abuse that coverage.
Yeah.
But let's get into
I
support,
still have
which
Wait. Does regular pushing get Parton shot?
it does.
Wait,
oh
does?
wow, does it now?
Oh, wait, I
that's
didn't even
new.
know that.
No, it
That's
doesn't.
new.
No, it doesn't. He's lying. He's lying to you.
That's
It's
what
right
it's saying
there.
on the doc.
Yeah, that's what it's saying on
The
the
doc's
doc.
wrong.
Then the
The
doc's
doc's
wrong.
wrong.
Well,
Yeah, the doc's wrong. The
Yeah,
logo's
Gen
wrong.
9 Nadex. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
okay, then it's just a misinput. But anyway, support. If we boil down to it, support is very reliant on Slowbro Clodsire. Very fucking reliant on Slowbro Clodsire. Togekiss can pull off some
No,
support.
Togekiss is a pretty good.
Yes.
I think Togekiss can. Especially with T-Wave, Air Slash, I'm going to fuck up
T-Wave,
the
Air
life
Slash.
moves.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how we got.
Yeah.
That's how we got Jakar.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That's how we got
With the
Jakar.
crate. Oh my god. Oh my god. I got shit on.
T-Wave is a fucking
anyways,
shit move. Hey, we need to ban T-Wave next season. Fuck T-Wave.
The greatest move. Oh, he didn't even get T-Waved. He just got fucking
I didn't
60%
even slash ticket. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but support is pretty. Like, hazard support is pretty good with Clodsire. Like Slowbro with slow pivoting support as well. Then Togekiss with like Heal Bell. Even Wish can support. It's not great. It's decent because like you're missing like one great support mon. Like for example, if this team had a Scream Tail instead of a Persian, this team would be a lot better.
I don't think they could afford that though.
Yeah,
to
they
be fair.
can't. Obviously, they cannot afford it. But like if they had,
I will add
idea
one
was
more
to get
thing
the
on.
demons in, bro. You know,
I will say
Scizor pivot, Slowbro pivot, demons in.
Yeah,
you know?
I will give them one more credit on like support as well. Clodsire does support with countering Mirror Hubs on other teams because that is a legit counter to Terra.
Yeah.
Wait, doesn't Scizor get taunt?
I think no, I don't think it does.
Scizor does not get taunt.
That doesn't.
I'd run it more if it did.
Yeah, but after problem
Nice.
solving, like we have Meowscarada who can run a shit ton of different sets: hazard setup, special, physical, whatever the fuck you needed to do. Persian is versatile, but it's not going to come that often. Porygon Z is kind of versatile. Like you have Specs, you have
Specs, Scarf, Nasty
Specs,
Fly, Double
Scarf,
Dance,
Nasty
like,
Plus, Agility. You even can run physical sets on it because of adaptability. Togekiss kind of is also pretty versatile. The lower bracket just like Scizor also kind of versatile, like AV, Sword Stand, Fox sets. But the rest of like being real, it's mostly Meow, Togekiss, Scizor, and Porygon Z. The rest is not that versatile.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like Slowbro has some sets, but most of the time, considering what this team is, Slowbro is gonna run defensive.
Yeah. Pate rated this 14, by the way. The two things I want to highlight on weaknesses is one, two grass types, while used differently, isn't the best type to have more than one of in this case. I don't really agree with that. I don't think that's a factor here.
Yeah. I don't
and Persian feels like you wanted more speed but needed something cheap with the 1 point you had left. That's basically what I think Persian is, which is fine. Yeah, I don't hate it. Like,
crazy? Pate kind of hit the bullseye with that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, he does right. Pate also did a lot of the same things we said as well on this one.
He's like, I got 1 point left. He's like, I was like, I got you. Let me take a look.
Yeah, like what you could use for 1 point, it's fine. I don't think it's a good one, but it fit a hole you had, so it's fine. But I don't. Yeah, that's kind of what I was like. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. After the next,
and I now know what fandom tax is.
Gamer not found. Pate rated this team pretty low. Pate rated this team at 17.
I massively disagreed with that.
Yeah. Let's get into the typings. This team again is missing a ghost type. This team is not that bad off without a ghost type. There's 3 pretty solid resists into fighting types.
Like, holy shit, this team is fast as fuck.
Yeah.
I will say this though:
Mhm.
this team loses hard to Porygon C because it just can play. It can just fit Terra, Tri Attack, and Shadow Ball.
Yeah. Only one normal resist, which is Jirachi, really sucks. A ghost type would be kind of cool here, but it's not the end of the world. Hazard setting is pretty decent. Like Overquill sets some hazards. You can Hogrepawn can run it, and Claydol and Jirachi actually like running Stealth Rocks. Removal is fucking ass because you have Swallow, which will never run Defog, and you have
Yeah.
Claydol.
Claydol, which is a Claydol.
Okay.
Which is a Claydol.
But
I will
to
say
be fair,
this.
Gamer Not Found is the Claydol god, so he will be able to
Yeah.
use it.
I will say this. This
You only
might be the
got that
second. Or,
name because he
this,
swept
I,
one.
there is. Yeah, he knows swept again. But I think there is a worse. There is definitely at least two teams that have worse removal than this. But Swellow is never running defog, in my opinion, or shouldn't be. So it's all on Claydol, which is a bit much.
But like,
yeah.
I would say
Sure.
also. I will say also. I think both of their terrors are the both of the terrors are basically the hazard removers as well.
yeah, Swallow is a Terra and Claydol is a Terra
Yeah.
here. But like this team has a 6 in essential rules because the typings are filled out beautifully. The only thing you would want maybe is a ghost type somewhere, but if you can't afford it, you can't afford it.
Terra
That's
goes
just it.
Claydol, block the
How does he
spin
have-
and set up hazards.
How does he have,
That's
wait,
not
why does he
much
have Swallow and Kilowattrel?
That is a really good question. Honestly, drop Kilo.
Yeah,
Drop Kilo. Drop Kilo.
That's
I
the thing
don't
I
think you
wanted
need
to
Kilo.
mention. That's the thing I wanted to mention. Because if we look at the speed tier, Swallow and Kilowattrel are two special attacking flying types mostly. Swallow can run physical gut sets, but there are two special attacking flying types where Kilowattrel is kind of redundant if you have Terra Swallow.
Swallow
Kilowattrel's
can go the
ass.
other way though. Well,
No,
Kilowattrel is nice, but
I think Kilowattrel's ass compared to Swallow. Like, why would you? Yeah, I honestly, because let's have a look at the speed tiers, which is the main problem with their essential roles.
They
And
have
probably why
nothing.
Pate ranked it so low.
They have nothing under 75, which means this team gets eaten up by Trick Room completely.
I am, bro.
completely real. You're not wrong.
Jakarta, do you fight this team?
Um,
If you do, you know what to do.
I think I do. Yeah.
If
Oh
you
no,
do,
I trust. Yeah, I already know what to do. That's the same thing I'm doing this week, for week 2 rather. Yeah,
That is
anyways.
why it's. If honestly, if they got rid of if they dumped Kilowattrel, I'm probably going to say this like 10 times on this video, and got a lower speed tier mon, this essential roles might be a 7 or an 8. It's like just one slower mon that comes occasionally.
Depends on what you're replacing it with, right?
Yeah.
You drop.
yeah,
no, this is
obviously
this is so simple. You drop Kilowattrel for a lower speed mon that could spin or remove.
Yeah, that works too. I just spent a lower speed mon will just do, to be honest.
No, because he also needs the removal.
He does do the removal, but like the speed tier is the main thing why I rank this so low. Because oh my god, it's
Like looking at
bad.
Kilowattrel here, you could swap out the Kilowattrel for example, a Delmise, which is a lower speed tier Pokemon which gets spin.
Hey has it.
And he gives him
Pate
gas
has,
check.
yeah, that's just.
It had dumb eyes. God damn it.
But that's
It's
just
just an
something
example.
I wanted to mention.
Just
like,
an example.
It's just an example. Like, find a ghost type that can remove. Maybe if you can't find one, just find a general Pokemon that is lower speed tier and can remove for you.
I to be fair, I don't think there's a ghost type left that's a lower speed tier that can remove now if
No.
Delmite is gone. Unless
No,
you want
there's not.
Bramblin, which is unless you want to draft
10
Bramblin.
points.
It's not even that. That's not even that slow. It's like 70.
Oh, is it 70? Fuck. Okay, never mind. Honestly, just get honestly if you replace Kilowattrel with 2 mons that are like 5 points, that fit the role. So maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Killer just seems super redundant here.
I
don't
will
know.
say this. What Pate said the same thing about this. What he, especially about the Kilowattrel and Swellow thing, he also said, I just want to point this out now. Terra captains could be better. Claydol is not a good Terramon. Well, it's a Claydol card, so I disagree. But what I find most funny is what he said was, Swellow is going to Terra most weeks. Yeah, that's the point of Terra Swellow. It's a nuke. It should Terra most
Yeah,
weeks.
it's absolutely new.
Which brings us to breaking power because Swellow breaks like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Let's go over the physical
Boom
ones first.
burst.
We have Iron Valiant, we have Ogrepawn
Fire
Hardflame. Jirachi, technically with Scarf, Iron Heads, and
Swallow
Headbutt
can bring a
sets.
physical set. Swallow can
Zygarde,
bring physical.
Swallow can bring a physical set. Overquill. Especially we have Swallow Kilowattrel, we have Iron Valiant again, we have Jirachi again, and Milotic. And For the people who
Can.
forget,
Ish.
Milotic gets competitive, so don't let it get a +2 boost.
That's just plain smart, you know. That's just or try.
Um,
Something
yeah, this
Honestly, we might have underrated it slightly.
yeah, this team breaks wonderfully. There's just some gripes like Jirachi, even though it can be a breaker, it's not that good of a breaker.
it's not that good. Yeah, like
And
it's not that good. Milo, you want to bring up, isn't that good?
Yeah.
Overcool can break, but there's no
Rain.
rain to like kind of
Yeah.
make the best
Capitalize
use
on
of
it.
it. It doesn't need
No-
it, but like
Loki, two of the mons that basically are the breaking power on the team, Kilowatt and like Overquill, are much better on rain teams, but especially Kilo. Kilo kind of needs weather ball coverage if he's not going to Terra.
Yeah, if you're not
pretty
gonna
much.
tear, you gotta have like the rain or something.
like Zygarde needs setup, so it's like you know.
not necessarily. Choice band Zygarde is still good because
Okay.
nothing can take 1,000 errors except a physically defensive grass type, which there aren't a lot of.
Well, yeah, but if you do that, then it's like you know saying like bringing choice band every week. Well, it doesn't, you know.
Yeah.
It's like
It's just that.
Basically, it's
Zygarde
also,
is really versatile. Glare is
Zygarde is-
such a good move on it.
No, it is, but like
but we will get to
speaking
that in
strictly on
problem
breaking power.
solving, okay, guys?
Yeah, exactly.
But basically,
By the way, I've-
strictly on
the breakers
Standard
here
Connor team,
are
I forgot to mention Glare. Sorry, I forgot to mention that Standard Connor
Yeah.
team.
the breakers here are Terraswello, Iron Valiant, Ogerpon, and Zygarde. The others are decent but not good breakers. Off to
Mhm.
The
support,
support?
which this team has the biggest problem in.
Oh, it's actually really bad.
Because
Yeah.
best support Pokemon on this team is Jirachi, and only
Jirachi.
Jirachi.
I mean, like
There's some okay hazard support. The momentum support is also okay, but the main support comes from Jirachi
smoke
with
pivots.
Trick
Yikes.
Trick
I
Room,
guess.
Trick. Well, Jirachi is gonna click Trick Room just to get rid of the other person's Trick Room.
Yeah.
And
That's actually helpful.
Wish is the most important one because Claydol is a defensive Pokemon that does not get recovery, so it can be supported by Jirachi there. Same with Overpower.
Why does it? This is literally a game free moment. Why the fuck does Claydon not get recovered? That makes no fucking sense.
If it got recovered, it would actually be a
Mm.
decent defensive mon. It does not.
Especially with the Terra Cap, yeah, that shit would be tough.
Yeah, actually would be a decent, really good one.
Or give it regenerator, U-turn, recover.
Okay, Regenerator might be a bit much. But fucking hell.
No.
I don't.
Or just
I
change the
don't-
whole
no,
mod.
no.
Save
Regen
the
is too
glare.
much. Regen is way too.
But
Big glare and boost his HP stat by like
Oh,
40.
Glare does support the team with Zygarde as well. Actually, to be fair.
but
Mm.
like the biggest issue, this team does not have any heal bell or aromatherapy users. None at all. So this team is very, very susceptible to status spam.
If someone brings toxic spikes and he forgets to bring overglow or some shit, then he's kind of cooked.
Well,
Like-
don't forget, like that. So much as Overcool is not going to come.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we got some niche support moves like Encore on the Ogerpon and stuff, or Iron Valiant, but the support mostly comes from Jirachi here. Where we also get into problem solving because Jirachi is probably with outside of Iron Valiant the best problem solver of the team.
Zygarde as well is quite versatile, as Jikota mentioned.
Yeah, but Iron Valiant is
people
the most
basically play
versatile
Zygarde.
mon. There we probably allow.
Yeah, so Valiant, Rachi, Zygarde, those kind of
Yeah.
just carry hard.
Swallow is a little versatile. Like it can run Guts Physical with Facade, or it can run Scrappy Boomburst sets, which it will probably do more
Dark
often.
Horse
But it has the options for the gut sets. Kilowatt is not versatile at all because it can barely support you, and all it does is attack. Especially Valiant is very, very versatile, as we've mentioned before. Ogerpon, a little versatile, but this form gets a little dragged down because it is Rock's weak.
Mm.
Jirachi is very versatile. Jirachi will do so many things for this team: defense, offense, support, all the fucking
Screens.
things it needs to do. Yeah. We got Milotic,
I don't
which
know.
has some. It has haze. Like get like Scald Burns are pretty nice for it. Also, Flip Turn. Yeah.
I mean, I would say Claydol is a very versatile mon, but only in game and not found hands.
Yeah.
Maybe.
True.
I don't know. This feels like a very underwhelming intro team.
I will say this: like, if they dropped Kilowattrel and got a slower mon and one more remover, this probably becomes a top 10 team at least. Like, Pate really hated this team ranked at 17th. I think it's got one big glaring weakness. If you fix it, it's okay.
Yeah,
and it's probably pretty good.
Like, you have 10 points you are wasting with Kilowattrel. What you can do with these 10 points is you go look at a low tier ghost type that is slowish. For example, grab a Dusk Noir. Helps you a little bit in the
Oh,
supports.
that sounds perfect.
Grab a Spirit Tomb, bro. Fuck it.
Wait,
or even,
is
yeah,
Dusk Noir
Spirit
in
Tomb,
Cryo?
Dusk Noir. What did you say, Roy?
Yeah,
Fuck
Dusk
it, yo, fuck it,
Dusk
get
Noir and
Mega
Cryo.
Bennett.
Dusk Noir
Fuck this,
Dusk
get
Noir and
Mega
Cryo.
Bennett.
Oh,
Yeah, Mega.
Mega
Mega
Bennett
Bennett,
is
that's
75 speed. That's not what we want a
Yeah,
slow ghost type.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Wait, what
75
the-
speed.
Yeah,
why do I keep-
it's
bro, why do
faster
I
than you
keep
think
thinking
it
it's
is.
like 50?
Dusk Noir, and if Cryo is cheap enough, that would be actually kind of low-key perfect. Because while Cryo is fast, it does give them another hazard remover.
Yeah, with Dusknoir and Cryogonal is pretty fast, though.
Yeah,
Gotta
that's the only
keep
problem
that
with
in
it.
mind. So what you can do, for example, you can grab yourself a Dusknoir, and then you just look at what hazard removers there are for low speed.
Armado.
Armaldo is an
why
example,
can't-
not a good one, but let's say there is Colossal, there is technically Avalug, both forms.
Oh, Colossal's so good. Yo,
Yeah, I
named
named Armado because I've got it on a rain team, so that's the reason why I thought of Armado. So I was like, that gets spinning slow. Yeah, Avalug's Colossal are much better examples.
Or grab a slow defogger. Like there's some stuff like Drampa you could you can use here. Vespiquen is technically the Lurantis. Like there's some mons you can actually use here. You just need to find them. Like it's not that hard. Just drop the Kilowattrel and make some switches, and this team immediately rises a lot higher.
Agreed.
Definitely goes up a few spots, but yeah.
Yeah.
Push forward, Ben. We have
Push
a lot
forward.
left to go.
Savage Raccoon. Cooking. These people did not see me last season. They did, in fact, not, with one win on his belt last season. Let's get into the essential roles. And I'm immediately going, like, the typing, you are missing 3 types. Electric, which is not that big of a deal.
Fairy.
Bug, and you're missing a fairy. You don't have a
Fairy's
single
big one to miss.
steel type that resists dragon. So what is going to happen here? Your Terra captains are forced to run fairy, or you're gonna get outrage spammed or Draco spammed to hell.
Yeah. Luckily they do have 2 good defensive Terra captains, and Cryo does like terroring, but you are having to be Terra Fairy way too often.
Yep. Mandibuzz and Cryo can Terra Fairy pretty well, but they don't want to. Let's say that. Like Cryo actually wants to run Terra Electric more because it will have no weakness except for Moldbreaker, Earthquakes or Earth Powers, and Bolt Beam, which makes
and
it.
still, it likes
hold on.
having steel as well. Steel's quite good.
Yeah.
Your ground type is Wishcash.
Yeah, that's what I also wanted to get into.
That's the problem.
Your ground type is Whiscash, which you're not gonna bring Whiscash every week. And let's look at the rest for electric. Like you have 2 mods that resist electric pretty well in Rillaboom and Duraludon, which is fine. But Rillaboom and Duraludon will not take too many electric type moves.
They're also kind of weak to ground as well.
Yeah, but that's where Rillaboom comes in with grassy terrain.
Rillaboom with grassy terrain. Yeah.
But that's in support.
To change it to high horsepower.
Also, Roy just said Rillaboom's weak to ground.
No. They said no. I didn't say they were weak to ground. I said they're quite weak to. I said they're quite weak to background, and then he mentioned a Rillaboom and said that's more for support, Amelia.
No, let's get into the speed tiers still. We
Shut up,
have
Amelia.
135, 115, 105, 103, Then we have a big speed gap between Nihilego and Archaludon. Then we have 3 Pokemon at 85, another one at 80, and then we have 66 and 60. These speed tiers are fucking horrendous again.
Yo, this reminds me of an ordinary ass team. I remember one time he drafted 4 85 base speed mons.
Yeah, we have 4
No, that
Pokemon.
happens to me because everyone always says 85.
We have 4 Pokemon in the 80 to 85 speed tier, which is just complete fucking ass.
I will say,
Yeah, you're not exaggerating.
I will say this: at least 2 of them will want to run speed sometimes, and 2 of them will never want to run speed. So there is at least that. But yeah,
Let's get into Hazard. Hazard setting is pretty good. If Wishcast comes, it will probably set Hazard because Dragon Dance sets are not that viable with the 78. I meant 78 and 60.
English.
Yeah.
but you are never running. I don't think you are often running Stealth Rock Archaludon. If I'm being honest with you,
Nihilego can run it pretty well actually because Nihilego doesn't have enough moves to really abuse the rest of it. Like to have to fit in.
You're never running Electro Shot Arch unless you bring like Power or something, I guess.
Or you run
you
Manual
run
Rain.
which Quillfish Hisui can do actually. To be fair, because Manual Rain isn't terrible on this. That's the support layer. Let's get to that later.
Spikes and T-Spikes, you have Nihilego and Quillfish, Whiscash again. Hazard removal is actually pretty good. You have Cryogonal, which can remove in both ways Defogger, Rapid Spin, Mandibus, who is a great Defogger, and Starmie, who is a great spinner.
Especially because they can then tap sweeps with Starmie.
Yeah. Like,
God, I wish he got regenerated.
If it wasn't for if it wasn't for the horrible weaknesses and not having a fairy type, this team would actually be a lot higher in essential rules because even though they are speed gaps, they are okay. It's not like they're completely horrible.
Yeah. Breaking power is not bad on this team.
Yeah. Physically, we have Mega Lopunny, we have Rillaboom, and we technically also have our Archaludon with body press sets. Especially, we have Starmie, Cryogonal with Bolt Beam, Nihilego, Archaludon, and Skeledirge. So the special breaking is a lot better than the physical one.
I will say this: Archaludon is going to be running body press nearly every week, in my opinion. Because why are you running Sturdy? Run Stamina.
Yeah,
Stamina's the better ability.
You run Stalwart.
If you run Stalwart, I slap you.
Yeah, but
it's not BGC.
The breaking power is very good. Like physical attack, Lopunny and Rillaboom are pretty much all you need. Like you have some Quillfish, you have offensive Quillfish, which is there. You technically have Dragon Dance Whiscash. And you technically have physical Archaludon. Especially, you don't need a lot more. You have Starmie, we have Cryogonal, Nihilego, Archaludon, and Skeledirge, which is more than enough.
Yeah.
Then we get into support. There's a big weak point of this team outside of Rillaboom. There's not a lot of support going on. Rillaboom supports in the sense with of Grassy Terrain. Then we have knockoff. We have 4 knockoff Pokemon with 3 Taunters. We have 1 Heal Belmon, which is Lopunny. That's not that good.
Which is never running out.
No Heal Belmon.
Yeah, we have.
What you mean?
We have no Wish Passer, which is okay actually because all the defensive Pokemon except for Quillfish and Whiscash can recover themselves.
No, hang on. Quillfish Hisui gets Pain Split, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I don't count Pain Split as reliable recovery.
I think
it's not reliable, but it's not the most reliable, but it's still recovery.
Yeah,
I think it's still recovery. I think it counts. It's just Wishcash doesn't have it.
It definitely does.
But let's just say a lot of the load is being carried by Rillaboom's Grassy Terrain. And
that's it.
A lot.
The hazard support is good. That's one thing to mention. Hazard support is good. That's why it's not
Wishcast
under D6.
Wishcast, even though it's never running the Dragon Dance set, doesn't get high horsepower, so Earthquake's not doing anything if you bring Rillaboom.
Yeah, it's just we'd like low-key overrate Grassy Terrain a tad, just because like you're gonna prep for it. You're gonna bring high horsepower.
Yeah.
I will say
And-
this: the value in it is it kind of helps. If you've got a slight weakness, it's good. If you've got a massive weakness, it's still not great. But it does also kind of help, like lowering the power on some Mons moves because it's like 5x difference. That's where the value comes in. But if you're hard relying on it, you're fucked.
Also the
really
reason
big
why
fan.
the grassy terrain here is not as is better than in the other team we had with grassy terrain, the pool team, is because the ground type here is not that strong anyway, so the earthquakes don't matter that much.
Yeah, that's valid.
To be fair, I think Lando T is still hitting harder with Earthquake and Grassy Terrain than Wishcast is hitting with if it had high horsepower.
Yeah. Off to the problem solving though, which is a gripe of this team again. Like this team is very mid. Because this team
I think that's a great word to call this team. Hold on.
Yeah. This team is very mid.
Mid.
Let's go with the different sets. Lopunny is offensive every fucking time. It can run Encore, it can run Heal Bell. Will it often? Probably not. Starmie is a very versatile Pokemon. You have the spin sets, you have the offensive sets, you have support sets with screens. Like Starmie is actually pretty good.
Starmie's the real deal.
Cryo is mostly a remover, which will run Bolt Beam, Recover, and one of the removal moves. It's pretty much the same set every week. We have some Acid Armor sets technically, but they're not good. Nihiligo is either a perfect special wall, a hazard setter, or special attacker. Charladon is either body press or special attacking. It can run defensive sets here on this team a lot better.
I mean, he could also run Manual Rain, but that means he has to run Manual Rain.
Yeah.
If he runs Manual Rain on Quillfish, it's not tanky at all. So there's also that. You're probably going to run Weather.
No, you can run Manual Rain.
Though, you know?
Yeah. You can run Manual Rain on Quillfish Hisui and run Eviolite.
Yeah.
It's not good, but you can do it.
We have...
by the way,
Swift Swim.
By the way, people not looking at Pate's document, guess where Pate ranked this team?
12.
Nope.
Is it higher?
7.
Top 5?
7.
Yeah, the team is ranked 7.
Yeah,
this team is very mid.
Basically, he said a lot of the same things we did. But yeah, he ranked it a lot higher.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Rillaboom will do Rillaboom things. Quillfish is a little versatile. It can run Sword Stance offensive, or just a standard annoying Quillfish with hazards or haze. Mandibus is Mandibus, will run the same shit every time. Skeledirge will do Skeledirge things with Torch Song, Will-O-Wisp, Hacks, Shadow Ball. And Whiscash will either do hazards, or if you have the balls to do it, you will run Dragon Dance.
Dragon Dance like a fucking pimp. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, this is the team at number 12 with 26 total points.
But I'm not going to lie. We're not even halfway through. We kind of get...
Yeah, we're picking up the pace a little bit. This happens every time we record PRs for some reason. Allison, aka Zach T.
AKA Zach. I was seconds away from drafting Reggie Gigas. You're kind of real.
I just realized I have a higher win rate than Pate. A lot of people actually do.
Yeah, a lot of people do. So this is very much a gimmick team. We will get to basically a funny moment from Pate in a bit on another slide. But
you say that for week 1, the week 1 video.
No. There's a picture on this slide. There's a picture on the slide. It's quite funny.
Let's get into it. Typing was you don't have a flying type, which is fucking horrendous. But you have You have Earth Eater, Earthworm, and you have Rotom Wash.
Levitate Rotom.
And you have Toad Scroll, which is okay in taking special ground type moves at least. But Penis will run through this team.
Will run through this team.
Allison gets run through by Penis.
Allison almost had a legendary week 1.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that as well. That will say that was the video.
Bug and Rock type are not that important. Ghost type would have been pretty cool. Because like you resist fighting pretty well, but you don't have one normal resist, which is Earthworm, which will just get set up on because Earthworm will always get set up on.
Yeah. Ash Raccoon that this week.
Yeah.
So I'm a monster. We go crazy.
So let's go off to the speed tiers. We have 180, which
wait,
is just
Ben,
yeah.
pause. They are also quite weak to Bug, Ghost, and Dark because they've got 4 psychic types.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
going
Which
to
is a
mention in a
U-turn.
little bit.
Being weak to U-turn sucks.
Yeah. Let's get into the speed tiers first. So we have 180, 121. There's the gap between 121 and 104 kind of sucks. We have 100, 95, 86, 80, 80, 65, and 95, which the rest is pretty solid, like doable speed tiers. And hazard setting is pretty decent. Like you got 2 good rockers, 3 good spikers actually, one decent T-spike. Removal, you have 2 good spinners and 1 very good defogger. So it's actually one of the better removals we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Let's get into the big thing about this team. This team is a gimmick team. This team has 4 psychic types.
It's Psy Spam.
Yeah, it's a Psy Spam team.
The whole VGC team. The whole
There's
VGC.
this move called Expanding Force that basically this team likes to run.
Yeah. Which
Hey, might have forgot about it.
Which I wanted to get into breaking power. So, why is this team's breaking power so high? Because this team is a Psy Spam team. Anything that is not a Dark type or a Steel type will get completely shit on by this team.
Even Steel types will fuck you.
Even some Steel types, like
Fucking hell, yeah.
and I will say this: they do have Delphox and Okidoki as Terra captains that can also help deal with Steel types.
Yeah. This is what I wanted to bring up in the breaking power as well. Not only does this team have Psy Spam, which is kind of ridiculous, you also have an Okidogi that deals with everything that the Psy Spam can't deal with.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Like, this Okidogi pick is probably the best pick Allison made here. Like, I'm not even kidding, this Okidogi fits this team perfectly.
Yeah, it's a really good pickup by him.
Is it a Terra captain?
Yeah, it's a Terra captain
Yes,
as well.
it's that and
Oh,
Delphox.
that's so tough.
Yeah, that's just good synergy. Like,
Yeah, like synergistic, this team is pretty fucking good. Like, let's go over the offensive stats real quick. We have physically offensive, we have Wooper Unbound, which is just one of the best nukes there is in the game. And we have Okidogi, which I've already mentioned is something that will fucking destroy the walls that the Psychic Spam can't deal with. Then we have the Oxus Speed, which can run physical and special offensive stats. And Cyclozar, which is a pretty underrated breaker with shift gear, or just
it has really good coverage.
Yeah, it has very good coverage. Especially, we have, obviously, all of the Psychic types. We have Deoxys, we have Delphox, we have Tapu Lele, which is already one thing. Tapu Lele is the thing that will just nuke away the Dark types that will try to deal with the Psy Spam.
Yeah.
And then, again, we have Wooper Unbound.
Should have rated the breaking power higher, honestly.
We have Wooper Unbound, and we have Clawwitzer, which is also a pretty
we
good
probably
special
underrated
attacker.
it. My only thing I would prefer is if Clawwitzer was like a low tier physical breaker.
Yeah. The only reason this team's breaking power is only 8 is because physical, you only have 2 physical attackers that break immediately. Cycles are needs set up desperately. The Oxus physically doesn't hurt you as much as it wants to.
Nearly as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your physical offense is completely reliant on Okidogi and Hoopa, which you will have to bring every week. That's the only reason we're only at 8 at breaking power.
See?
Support, we have 6.5, which Tapu Lele is a big part of the support because the Psychic Terrain enables this gimmick.
That's up the Psychic Terrain.
Yeah. The Psychic Terrain also helps.
You should have drafted fucking Indeedee as well. Boom, 2 fucking centers.
In a normal typing, Ghost Resist.
Yeah, actually, no, that wouldn't have been a worse shout to be fair in the world.
Yeah.
I was saying as a joke, but you guys are wrong.
We have one good thing here, which is obviously Lele supports great with the Psychic Terrain, but we have a lot of Trick Room setters, which actually Clawwitzer can abuse. Clawwitzer in Trick Room is kind of underrated. We have a lot of knockoff users.
It's hard as hell.
Yeah, we have a lot of knockoff users, a lot of taunt users. We have good hazard support. The momentum support is a little bit worse than it probably could be, but That's the whole different point. Because this team is a
I
gimmick
just
team.
thought something as well. Kulowitzer gets terrain pulse, so it can use the psychic terrain, and then anything that resists it, like steel
terrain
or
pulse?
dark, it can get
Yeah,
aura
it gets
spin. It gets terrain pulse, yeah.
It gets almost every pulse
And
you
it
can
can use,
move.
and it's boosted. It's boosted by Mega Launcher too. There was a reason why on some of my blast resets I've run terrain pulse. Also, it gets aura spin as well, so it can actually break through steel and dark types as well. So I see
Yeah.
why he's picked it.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, guess which one on their team gets aromatherapy?
Is this something funny? Oh, it's Lele. It's Lele.
Lele.
It's Lele. Yeah, Lele.
Yeah.
So they do have aromatherapy technically.
They technically have it. The gripe about the team is supporting wise. The defensive Pokemon do not have recovery by themselves. Rotom has Pain Split, which is not reliable recovery. And Delphox would be the Wish Passer for this team. Which is decent, but not good.
W.
And
Does Toshiko get a synthesis?
It does get synthesis. It's the only defensive
okay.
Pokemon that can heal itself reliably.
Yeah.
After problem solving, this team does one thing and one thing only: side spam.
Yeah, Hooper can at least run different sets, but like it is like, and I know Sack as well. Like he is very good with Orphan. I have my problems with Orphan as Demon. Sack knows how to use it better than me.
Yeah, but we don't rate Zach as a player; we just rate the team.
I know.
So,
but
side spamming singles,
Rotom can be
is
terrible.
definitely something.
Yeah, side spamming singles is definitely something. But like, what
I love it in VGC, but like,
yeah,
it's interesting to see how it works.
I will say this is one of the more ones where I was more like questioning what Pate was saying in this one. So Pate did rank this 8th, but that was not the bit I was questioning. Thanks to Psychic Terrain and all the Psychic types, Okie Dokie will likely need to be Terra Steel every week at Terras. No, it's not. You can just Terra Dark for one. If you're worried about Psychic, just Terra Dark. But 2, I don't think it needs to do that as well. Also, trust me, he also criticised the Hooper pick round 9. Hooper was not picked for random. They picked Hooper to break. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, for sure.
You only pick Hooper to break, huh? What?
Yeah, you're not just picking.
What else are you picking Hooper for?
You're picking their Hooper to basically break. That is why they picked it, because it gets Hispanic Force and is a nuke on both sides.
Yeah, but what I wanted to mention
was not a random pick.
I wanted to quickly finish up this team with problem solving. Deoxys is very has a lot of different sets, very versatile. Cyclozar is very versatile. Delphox is kind of versatile. Like the rest of the team is not as versatile. The top 2 are the most versatile mons on this team. Hoopa Unbound is also kind of versatile, offensively at least. Defensively, it's not.
Yeah.
It gets ate up by U-turn. God damn.
Yeah.
The defensive
it really does struggle with U-turn.
Yeah, the big problem is on this team is defense versatility. You don't have a lot of defense versatility.
The options, yeah.
Yeah, because
it's still a really cool looking team.
It's a very cool looking team, and
it's very fun.
It's a side spam team that's not even that bad on paper. But let's get into the next team, which at number 10 is Bax Skibidi Scalibur Metasus.
Yeah, Emilio? Fuck you.
Ben in a nutshell, just like, hey, Ben didn't notice the one I said where it was like, so where Gamer Not Found said 8 Draco misses in a row. And I was like, sounds like a Ben game.
I saw that. I just didn't want to mention it.
Bundle in a nutshell, just don't miss. Yo, I'll never forget
that.
We again have a team without a ghost type and a team without a grass type. And I'm going to mention one thing. The grass type would be pretty cool for this team because this team is pretty ground weak outside of Halucha and Latias.
Which struggles with... Zygarde goes in on this team.
Yep, completely.
Because they also have one normal resist. And Mega Sizzle's great and all, but yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Zygarde.
They only have one rock resist, and that's Nidoking.
Oh, fucking hell, that's also bad.
Yeah. So, team has some...
So defensively, it could be better.
It could be better, but it's kind of decent. Let's go into the speed tiers. We have 121, we have 118, 110, 100, 85, 85, 75, 65, 50, and 40. 5. The only big speed gap that is worth mentioning is between Entei and Tapu Fini, which is okay, but you could have closed it up because the seal is just unnecessary down there.
Yeah, these hazards.
Hazards are bad.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to mention. Hazards are fucking bad. And let's get to the removal. Mega Scissor does not like running default. Neither does Tapu Fini because it gets rid of its own terrain. Neither does Hawlucha because it would rather run other shit.
Offensive.
Yeah. And Latias also does not love running defog necessarily. So
the only time you want to run defog on Hawlucha is when facing a Goldengo.
Yeah,
because you can mold break the defog.
Yeah. But hazards are pretty awful for this team. That's the reason why the Essence rolls are so low. Because the speed tiers are pretty fucking good, except for like one smaller gap, and then we have like the type chart is pretty filled up pretty well, but like the hazards are just awful.
Like the removal looks good. The removal looks good because you got 4 removers, but none of them really want to run default.
Yeah,
like none.
Like on paper,
the
removers are there.
Latias can run it sometimes. I mean, Latias can run it sometimes, but it's like you want something else.
I think Mega Sizzle's their best one, and even then, Mega Sizzle often you really don't want to be running that if you can help it.
Yeah, like they on paper they have the defoggers, which all of them can run it, but they don't want to. But on paper they do have them. The hazard setting is awful because you don't have a singular spiker. You have 2 stealth rockers, which Chansey likes running rocks. Nidoking not necessarily because Nidoking likes Scarf.
Yeah. Oh no, Life Orb.
Or Life Orb. And then we have T-Spikes, which also only use Nidoking. Breaking power. This team has a big issue. Let's get into physical first. We have Entei, which is a good physical attacker out of the bat. Hawlucha and Bolton both need setup.
Why is he a Bolton?
I will point out Bolton and Entei are the Terra captains. Bolton with Terra hits semi-hard, but as Pate said, Entei is going to be a Terra captain, and with Terra normal fire, it is a nuke.
Yeah.
I mean, that just makes Bolton redundant to me then.
Yeah. We have
Pate said that as well.
We have Nidoking, which is okay physically. Mega Scissor is the best physical attacker on the team without a doubt. But now let's get into the special attack sets. Now tell me, how many mons are there? Yeah, but let me finish first.
It doesn't need setup. Yeah. My bad.
How many Pokemon are there with over 100 special attack?
Oh, I know this one. It's 1.
Exactly. We only have 1 Pokemon that has over 100 special attack. It does not hit hard out of the bat. Nidoking is the best special attacker on this team.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Like, unironically, I actually think they're potentially, without setup, their best special attacker outside of Nidoking is Terra Fire Eruption Entei.
Yep.
Which is not one you really want to be running.
You don't want to run.
That's a bit of a problem.
The offense on this team is bad when it comes to out of the bat offense. There's only 3 Pokemon that can hurt you out of the bat: Nidoking, Scizor, and Entei. Because Latias Dracos don't hit that hard at 110.
No.
Yeah, you just need a Specs or something that's like 4,
Yeah. With Specs it hits hard.
Pate basically said about on Breaking Power, because this is relevant, Pate said, while the defensive goes, it feels like you might rely on it too much and end up just playing the team as stall.
Yeah.
Which actually is, I think that's actually pretty fair. This could get very stally in some matchups because you can't do it. You have any other choice.
Yeah, because
there's an Umbreon and there's a Chansey, bro.
Yeah.
And there's a Fini to make sure neither of them get. Oh god.
Yeah, let's get into the other offensive ones like Bolton. Bolton's physical offensive. It's only the strong jaw sets, which are not that good, and you need a competitive boost to be viable anyway in special attacking because your coverage is ass special attacking.
Yeah,
your hazard removal's ass. So where are you getting default hitting on you from?
Yeah.
So like Terra, I think I said Terra Entei makes the Terra Bolton kind of redundant.
Yeah.
So
then you have Hawlucha, which needs setup because Hawlucha out of the bat does not hit hard. Latias can run spec sets, but also likes being able to set up more. Entei with Choice Band or Choice Specs can hit really hard. Fini needs setup to hit hard. Nidoking hits hard out of the bat. Mega Scissor hits hard out of the bat. Umbreon, Chansey, and Seal don't do anything offensively. There we go.
Yo, I just noticed you drafted Seal.
Umbreon is only good offensively if you've set up with a physical attacker and they click foul play.
Yeah.
That's the only time you're doing damage, Umbreon.
Umbreon beats Dragapult, bro. Trust.
It probably does, actually. You're not wrong.
But it
Doesn't mean
does.
it's good offensively.
That means it's
Seal
good
beats-
offensively.
Seal beats Iron Bundle, but that doesn't mean it's a good one offensively.
Yeah. Breaking Power is still ranked at 6 because you have some good out-of-the-bat attackers, and when your attackers get set up, they can break good.
Go to support. Well,
You have Chansey and
It has
Umbreon, which are
support, like you
two Heal Bell, Wish Pokemon. Hazard support is shit. Momentum support is shit. But all of the other support is great.
momentum support is shit.
You don't have a Trick Room
no,
Center,
it's
which
really
you also
bad.
don't need on this team because you don't have a Pokemon that abuses Trick Room, but you have Chansey and Umbreon, which will do all of the supporting you need. Heal Bell, Wish, Baton Pass out, Teleport out, and
Screens.
yeah, screens. The big thing is Tapu Fini here. Because Tapu Fini enables with Misty Terrain enables your walls to just be even fucking worse to deal with, and allows Mega Scissor to not be burned.
Yeah. The only downside, and this is a very small one, is it stops you from burning with Sacred Fire. But honestly, the amount it helps this team, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Also, Holy Chambi burden, but you already knew that. So
Yeah. And some problem solving. Bolt on the ball, it has two attacking sets. They are not good. Alucha is the same thing every time. Latias is pretty versatile. Entei is decently versatile. Tapu Fini is okay versatile. Nidoking is probably best mon versatility wise here.
yeah.
Versatility? Oh, yeah, for sure.
You can
Yeah.
even do
probably
defensive
Latias.
sometimes. You can do
Latias or
defensive,
Nidoking?
Nidoking.
Yeah.
Latias or Nidoking?
I would say
I'd
it's
say Nidoking.
Nidoking, just because of the amount of sheer
I'd say
coverage Nidoking has. And it there is viable physical sets Nidoking can run.
Like Juby, Nidoking is a short king.
Is he short?
Yeah, Nidoking's actually 5'3".
Holy shit, he's the same height as fucking Cartel.
Damn.
Oh, Cartel's
That's
short as
wild.
well. Fucking hell.
Oh
Alright,
shit!
anyway,
No, I
this
just
is
gave you fuel against him. Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's go.
No, that's fine.
Anyway, we are almost 2 hours in, and we still have 9 teams to go.
Oh yeah, let's fucking keep going. Okay, Flower Sniffer. Oh my god. Ben.
Zard, after I
It's
told him
intervals.
I was dropping Chew for for fucking Raging Bolt. Typing wise, the only important typing you don't have is a Dragon type, and you don't need a Dragon type because you have all of your elemental weaknesses covered.
Where's
Precisely.
Pate rate this team?
Speed tiers, you have
Pate
130.
rate this-
Oh, this team is nice.
Yeah, paid rated Metasas at 11, and Flower Sniffer. Wait, oops,
Oh god,
Oh,
god damn it.
it happened again.
Flower Sniffer at 12. Flower Sniffer at 12.
Flower Sniffer at 12. Okay, that
What's the Clodcast PR video without Ben accidentally spoiling?
yeah,
fucking
always happens. Anyway, typings are filled up very well. The only big weakness you have is ground, and you have Sinistra and a flying and a levitator to deal with that. Speed tiers, you have
It's an
Coco
electric
at 130, 108, 106. The big gripe is you don't have anything between like 108 or 130 there, but then it's like 100,
I mean-
95, 75, 70, 65, 60, and then 5. So, where are the problems with the speed tier? You have one speed gap between 95 and 75, which is kind of bad because there's some good attackers that will abuse that, and you're weak to Trick Room because outside of Munchlax you don't have a Mon that's lower than 60.
Yeah.
Remove on this team's kind of.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
just-
removal on the team is ass.
Treads.
It is
It's
ass.
treads, and that's
yeah, it's
it.
treads.
And Coco. But yeah, it's
that's
ass.
just good.
So Coco
Ah.
removes its own terrain with Defog, so
Yeah. that's-
And this is an electric terrain team, so
yeah. We have two solid rock setters, and Garbodor for Spice and T-Spikes, which is kind of horrendous because Garbodor is not a good mon.
Garbodor.
Says who?
I've seen worse mons. Like, Pate, by the way, put in his thing. Drafting Munchlax every draft just seems like a waste of a slot. Really seems to hate
Munchlax is a-
Munchlax.
Bro, Munchlax is a decent Monfred's price is actually really good, actually.
Munchlax is a fine, like low budget normal type. I don't particularly rate it, but I don't think it's a bad pick either.
Okay,
Well,
let's
I
get
currently have
into
these two
the breaking power though. We don't want to waste too much
They
time on
have-
every team now because we're 2
they
hours
have-
in and we don't want to have a 4-hour long video, right?
Yeah,
he's
that's fair.
cooking.
They have Terra Sinister
Everyone
and
locked the
Terra
fuck
Iron
in.
Jugglers.
Which I
Terra
want to
Iron
get
Jugulus
into
on this team
immediately.
is-
Terra Iron Jugulus on the Eat Terrain team is probably the best breaker on this team. You have Coco, you have Treads, you have Mega Metacham,
bro.
and Incineroar.
The Mega
Especially you have
Technically.
Coco again, Jugulus, Sinistra, and Vaporeon is actually a decent breaker. If you want to hear it or not, because
Very rarely.
Please, come on.
I've
Vaporeon can
two-shot
break.
a Mega Aggron with a Vaporeon.
I've
Wait,
swept
wasn't that
teams
me?
with Vaporeon.
Yes, that was you.
Yeah, it was you.
Oh, I was about to say. Anyways, forget it. I take back
So
everything I just said.
Emilio has forgotten about being penetrated by Vaporeon.
Yes.
Anyways,
Oh, wow.
I'd like to continue.
Yeah.
The breaking power is pretty good.
Yeah,
an
it's
Easter egg team.
great.
Yeah.
Like the two Terras are beautiful breakers, so that's just gonna get abused very hard. And the E-Terrain helps Jugulus and Treads be even bigger threats. And the Mega Metacham, of course, is the best physical breaker here. Jugulus the best special breaker here. On to support.
Then we get on to support.
Yeah,
E-Train.
Vaporeon.
It's great. Vaporeon.
Terrain, it's
Use
Vaporeon, Incineroar, Intimidate, fucking
Incineroar,
Knockoff.
Intimidate, Parting
Look
Shot.
at all those knockoffers. Look at all those knockoffers. Look at
That's a shit ton of knockoff.
I
and
would say this: they can also reverse Trick Room easily and have decent mons in Trick Room.
And one of the great things about this team is this team will abuse the big amount of momentum
This team
support it
pivots
has.
too. Yeah, I'm about to say this
Greatly.
team pivots.
Yeah.
Why is this team not higher? What you guys doing?
We'll get to it in the last bit.
Alright,
Problem solving. Because the support is great with Vaporeon, Uxie, and all the momentum support. Hazard support could be better, obviously, but it's problem solving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many versatile Pokemon do you see on this screen?
Iron Treads at a push.
see-
Maybe
Oh,
Coco.
Call my Mewtwo.
And Vaporeon at a push. Sinister does the same thing, to be honest. At a push. Yeah, most of it is doing what it says on the tin.
Yeah,
Actually, yeah,
it's Coco.
not versatile at all.
It's Coco is the most versatile Pokemon. Jugulus does the same thing. Treads does the two things it always does. Metacham does the one thing it's good at. Uxie does the two things it's good at. Charmander is only there for hazards. Sinistra is going to be set up or defensive. Vaporeon is going to be set up or defensive. Incineroar is just an annoyance to most things. So, yeah, there you got.
Like, I will say this, on paper, the team is a 9th, but this is probably one of the best teams in the division. I am still stunned Pate rated it as low as 12, because this team is pretty damn good.
Yeah, this team is great.
This is why we don't let Pate do PRs.
No, that's mean. Don't be mean.
But off to the next team that I accidentally already
You know I'm
revealed.
right.
He was helping
You
us.
know I'm
Emilio.
right.
He was helping us.
What?
He was helping us. Don't be mean. I couldn't.
Oh
find
my
much
god,
to
it's
talk to.
Bay!
Right.
Oh my
right.
goodness.
Yeah.
Can I say something on this one first? So, the team originally was Lethals. That was our original number 1. We actually had that as number 1.
And then they dropped.
Yeah, Lethal. Lethal sadly dropped during week 1 because they had some IRL stuff they could not align with their schedule
Continue
well.
on with the-
Yeah.
They cannot continue with the league.
So let's get into base.
We got a
team.
replacement coach.
And
we have AO.
I forgot to give my things to this team because Roy, you ranked this team too high. I'm being real.
Okay, that's fair. I honestly, I did this after having several beers and also being like just in a rush. So
Roy,
I ain't gonna lie. I agree.
He said I was fucking drunk. Is basically what he
I
said.
was
Roy,
drunk, and I was trying not to be mean. You're probably right.
I'm being very honest right now. This team would be in the in the bottom 6 to 8 somewhere, not
Wait, what?
in the
How
top
does
8.
he have
There's no water type.
There's
They're water type.
Oh, they
There's no
changed
water
it. They
type.
changed it.
Yeah.
there is no normal type,
There's
no water type, no grass type, no
No ground.
ground type.
Ground type.
This team
Oh,
gets
man.
hard fucked by electrics, man. Honestly, I was probably too generous with 5 on essential roles. I'm seeing that immediately.
Yeah, you only have one good
yeah.
hazard setter, which is
Yeah.
It's Glim.
Glim.
It's just Glim, actually. Well, you said one good hazard because it's the only hazard setter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Speed.
no, they have actually toxic spikes on Mega B actually, Emilio.
Yeah. Toxic Spice
I'm
Mega
gonna
B.
shoot.
So
Um,
they have one good hazard setter.
And you
That
only
thing's
have
a special wall too.
And you only have one good remover, which is Zapdos, because Oricorio will not run Defox, same with Mega Beedrill.
Mortal Spin on Glimora is possible. It's
It's
like
possible,
half a
but
setup,
that gets blocked by Steel types.
I will give them some credit. At least Mega B is not their only defogger.
Let's get into the speed tiers real quick. We have 145, 119, 100, 95, 93. This team has a gap between
Very
84 and 16, and between 60 and 30.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm being real, Roy. This team is way too high. This team should be around
Yeah.
13.
That's fair. That's
Or
fair.
lower.
I will
Even
be honest.
lower.
I did this in a rush while drunk, and I was probably being too nice.
Yeah, you were definitely being
And I
too
must say,
nice.
probably I am. By probably I definitely was. Like, especially the essential roles. This is probably a 3 essential roles, and like the more I think about it,
Yeah.
maybe a
Hard for me
2.
to say, but yeah.
Yeah.
Emilio, you didn't help. Fuck you.
I tried.
Wait, I said no hard feelings today.
I
Oh, no hard
I
feelings,
trusted
okay,
Roy
lovely.
with these, and he disappointed me sadly.
I
It's
was drunk. What do you expect from a drunkard?
Don't do it drunk then.
I did have a time otherwise. That's why I did drunk.
Let's get to the
I did
break.
message you. I did say to double check it, by the way. But
Well,
yeah,
I
it's fine.
didn't have time to double check it.
All right, so
But let's get it.
It's both our fault.
Let's get into
We're good,
breaking
we're good.
power.
Go on.
Physically, we have Mega Beedrill and Roaring Boon, and then there is technically Grimmsnarl, which can hit pretty good, especially, but it's gonna run support
9
mostly.
though? 9 though?
Yeah,
we
it's
know.
not a 9.
It was Terra Lunicus, I think that made rating 9. What's the
Yeah,
Terra captain in
and
this team?
if we remember, in one of the other rankings, you overrated Terra Nicholas a little bit too hard, and we all had to calm you down on that one.
I really
I think
rate Terra
breaking
Lunicus.
is like
It's really cool. It's really cool though. It's not the best, but it's really cool.
Yeah, but
And
breaking
being
is
a
like an
top
8.
player.
Roy
I'd
tends
say
to
breaking's an
overrate
8 though,
mons
that's
he
not
likes a
bad.
little bit too much.
That's
Yes, I ain't going to deny that. We all do.
true. You overrate the low tiers.
Especially breaking-wise, you
Zapdos.
have Zapdos, Glamora, Golden Go, and Reuniclus. So I would say breaking power is not a 9, but an 8 is pretty good, because
Oricorio can break with Quiver Dance as well, but it needs to set up.
yeah, it needs setup.
Like 7.5.
I will say this though, Oricorio really needs Terra to be a threat, so it not having
Is it
Terra is
Terra?
a bit weird.
Oh, it's not
no,
Terra?
It's not Terra.
It's
Terras are
weird.
Reuniclus and Glamora, which are great.
Which are
Terras.
better mons. But drop Oricorio for something else that's got hazard removal.
Yeah, you don't need the speed tier of Oricorio, you don't need the typing of Oricorio necessarily. Like,
You're always gonna bring defensive zap.
Actually, you don't, honestly, I don't even care about another hazard removal. Get a water ground type because you need a water ground type. Get Gastrodon.
Gastrodon. Yeah.
Get Gastrodon, seriously.
They would have
Gastrodon's
Gastrodon
also going to give you hazard.
they would have to
Probably
grab
really.
something else to get
Right?
Gastrodon though, because Oricorio is 7
okay.
points and Gastrodon is like 9 or 10 points.
You have
Gastrodon is 9 points, yeah.
Drop Dashbon as well and get a 2-pointer.
Yeah. So the breaking power is probably an 8, somewhere around that, because physically Mega Beedrill and Roaring Moon are very oppressive, and Grimmsnarl can break physically if it wants to, and especially you have some very good breakers. Support is decent enough. You got Reflect Light Screen. You got
on 5 mons.
Yeah.
Like on 5 mons.
But Roy was too nice on this one as well. You don't have Wish. You don't have
No, they do.
Therapy.
No. What? No. Pause.
Oh,
They do have
Darkspan got
Wish.
Wish. Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
but Darkspan is a bad Wish passer because it only has 75 HP. Stat.
No, actually,
Oh,
it's 57.
57.
But
57.
Dashbon
That's
is
what
not
I meant.
terrible. Goldengo is a good support mon as well, and Glamora is a decent support mon as well. And also, they got Grim. Grim pranks us. I think the support is 7.5. Grim is a good support mon. They do
Grim.
have like a Wish passer. They do have like plenty of light screens and stuff. I think the support is actually good on the scene. I don't think I think I rate that great.
I would have said 7, not 7.5.
7.
Which
seven
is
feels right.
a minor difference, but there is a difference. And off to
Problem
problems.
solving, I definitely overrated. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Problem solving, I
definitely.
definitely overrated.
Beedrill will do the same things. Roaring Moon will do the same things. Zapdos is pretty versatile, I'll give you that. Darkspawn will do the same things. Oricorio will do the same things. Glamora will do the same things. Golden Go is a little
No,
versatile.
Glamora has two sets. It does have. Glamora's pretty versatile. It can do multiple things. I disagree on that one.
Glamora has 3
What
sets.
is it?
It's Meteor Beam, Rock Polish, it's Hazard Lead, or it's offensive with Specs or Scarf.
And
That's
a
four
lot of sets
things.
to me.
That's quite a few sets, actually.
Quite a few sets to me.
That's 3 sets.
I mean, how many of those sets are you really gonna bring? With
Yeah, that's
that
the
thing
same
or
amount
All
of
of them.
sets Roaring
All of
Moon.
them.
That's the same amount of sets
I have
Roaring Moon
all-
has, and Roaring Moon you did
I
not
don't know.
mention in versatility.
Dakota, I have bought Glamora.
Yeah, but
Actually,
they're
Roaring Moon's basically first half now. But Glamora, I have bought every one of those sets, Dakota. You're not using
No,
Glamora
I'm saying,
right.
but for this team, look at like the
I can
situation
see all of
Glamora's
them.
put in.
I can see all of them, especially with screens on Grimmsnarl.
Anyway,
Because screens are going.
Grimmsnarl is
Team just feels very.
Golden Go and Grimmsnarl are pretty versatile. Reuniclus is not that much. It's mostly a offensive Pokemon here. It has some different abilities it can use though, which are pretty good. But that's about it from its versatility. It has technically Reflect and Light Screen, but it's not going to use them because Grimmsnarl is literally there.
Unless you want to run a freaky offensive Grimmsnarl set. But
Yeah.
All right.
I might have been
isn't
too
my
harsh
favorite.
earlier. This team is not 13th. This team is a little lower. Maybe 11th or 10th because the support and the problem solving are pretty good.
Not top 10.
Yeah, it's not a top 10 team, but I might have been too harsh earlier because when I saw the Essentials, I kind of went a little nuts. Might be real.
Basically, if I
Because
rank
the
your team
Essentials are
one,
really
you get a nicer rating. But I also will say this honestly, I do not like the changes you made to the team. The team that Dakota made for the other guy was better, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it was my
was
favorite
thinking.
team.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, it was my second favorite team, but we had it as number one.
Yeah. Let's go off to the
My
next
favorite
team,
team is now number one.
My favorite team is Autorexius. Anyways, keep going.
We got
Well, your taste.
Kwani, who I think Pate put at second or third.
I think Pate put at number one. No, Pate put at number 2. I think. Yeah,
It's not
2.
even
This is
I think it was
Pate's,
number
this is
two.
Pate's number 2 team.
I'm gonna be honest. I like the team, but nowhere near that much.
Yeah.
I will bring. Can I bring up one thing that Pate said though? And I want to rant about this quickly. Arbeliever and Hitmonchan as your Terra captains are some of the worst in the division. How dare you? Arbeliever is a fucking great Terra captain. No.
Yeah.
No.
I think most
I
of
believe it was a good Terra.
most people in the
I-
Pokemon community know who Pokemon is, and Pokemon in his draft content loves Terra, I believe, and uses it to great lengths. So that alone should be
He's also
enough for you
really,
to see.
really good.
Yeah,
It's
true.
also Paldex, but like
Yeah, but Terra, I believe, is still not a bad Terra captain. And Hitmonchan is
For
kind of
sure.
underrated.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, this team is good. I don't think it's second, and we're going to go into why.
yeah. He's kind of got all of his essential types.
He does. They're
there.
all covered. And he is a bit weak to water, but Arbeliever can cover that, and Hydreigon sort of can cover it. Ground is a bit of it. It is weak and it isn't. Like he's got three Mons immune. He's got Arbeliever as well, which can set grassy terrain. And a lot of his actual ground weaknesses are lower down. Like Mega Manetch is not coming every week, so the Widow's not coming every week. Clefairy is definitely not coming every week. I think the only flaw with his fairy type is it's a steel type with Steelix. But then again, at least he has another steel type.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
one thing to mention is a Terra type, I believe, likes to run his fairy.
Yeah. So a really good fairy.
Draft pick, by the way. I just find it important.
Oh yeah, that's
I mean,
fine.
the
I know about that.
The draft came out nice. That's fine.
The speeders are great. Like the hazard setting is pretty fucking good. The removal is a little being real.
Yeah. I see and I don't I get what you mean.
One's good.
But compared to the team that had 4 removers, where then no one ever want to run it, Talonflame at least does want to run it. Hitmonchan, if you bring it, is bringing it for spin. Klefki is a good backup one, though it does prefer setting spikes. And I will say this: Hydreigon as a defogger in certain matchups is good. It's not its best set, so you don't want it as your only defogger, but here it works as a backup one.
Yeah.
Same as it being a rocker as well here.
Breaking power on this team is a little underwhelming, being real. Because let's look at the physical one. Your best physical attacker stat-wise is Swampert.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Oh god.
Yep.
Oh god.
Regular Swampert, your
Udo
best
and
physical attacker.
Mila.
Head smash, baby.
I know this is rough. This is rough.
Yeah, especially
Whatever.
though you're set up great. You have Manectric Mega, you have Iron Moth, you have Hydreigon, you have Celesteela, you have Arboliva.
Arboliva.
Especially, it's fucking great. Physically, it's very fucking bad. You're like,
Low key, if you drop Mega Manectric for a better physical breaker, that gets improved immediately.
yeah, because you don't need the speed of Mega Manectric. You really don't. Also, like removing Mega Manectric for a better physical attacker gives you, for one, removes one of your ground weaknesses if you don't pick up another ground weak Pokemon, and you just need a physical breaker. Really, the special breaking is really amazing, but the physical breaking is like it's Heavy Slam Celesteela, which is going to carry most of it, and then it's Swampert. Hitmonchan, you're gonna have to run Sword Stance Hitmonchan a few weeks, or Sword Stance Talonflame just to break physically, which is not what you want to do.
I rate Swords and Talonflame though. Hold on.
I do not.
I really don't.
I used to
I
rate it
think
back in the day when Galwings was still good.
Oh no,
And
back
Devil
then
was broken as hell. Holy shit.
well, yeah, then back then it was actually good, dude.
Let's go to
Yeah, I don't see
support though. For support, we have the Klefki screens, Klefki hazards, just Klefki in general. We have Talonflame. We have Talonflame. We have Celesteela. We have the Arboliva, which actually helps a little with the grass weakness because of its Seed Sower ability.
For sure. You got Petra. It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
But the biggest gripe about support and why this isn't higher, first of all,
Off on this team.
there's not a single knock. Hitmonchan does get knockoff. That's just not in the dock properly.
Oh, so just Swampert, no?
I think Swampert
No,
also.
yeah, Swamp, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
something's
just
wrong with the then.
yeah, something's wrong with my dock. I don't know what, but I know.
Yeah, it gets knocked off.
Yeah, Hitmonchan and Swampert get knockoff. So there's two knockoffers.
There's definitely something up with the docs lately.
But it's the defensive profile of this team. Let's look at the defensive mons. We have Petrun, which has its own recovery. Klefki does not have recovery. Celesteela has Leap Seed recovery, which isn't that great. Swampert has no recovery. And Arboliva, which only has grassy terrain. Well, it technically has synthesis.
No. I'll believe it has strength sap. That
A
is
strength
good
sub as
recovery.
well. So
Yeah.
I wish supported would have been great though, just for Swampert, Celesteela, and Klefki.
I will say this: Celesteela in the right matchups can just leech substall, but it really does benefit from Wish Pass.
I also think that another rated part of Arboliva is like how it sets grassy terrain. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
might not just bring high horsepower because how it sets
Yeah.
terrain.
And
Because
then-
I believe it will come to a good amount of matchups because it is a good Terra Captain, no matter what Pate says.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the last spot we have problem solving. Talonflame is pretty versatile. Hydreigon is very versatile. Then we have Celesteela, which has a shit ton of different sets. Like this thing can do way too much shit. Being real.
Yeah.
Steela's the goat.
Swampert is
Celesteela's the guy.
Swampert is very versatile, and that's about it. I believe it has some sets that are useful, but not too much because just its speed is kind of the problem with a few other sets it could use, you know? Fucking hiccup just fucking made me scream up use. What the fuck?
Kind of freaky.
Kind of freaky, yeah. Yeah, but in general, this team is good. Not second place good, but it's good.
Yeah, I think it's a good team.
Like this team,
Good work, Kwani.
like this team, I could easily see in playoffs. Like this can do some stuff.
It's solid.
But I would,
It's
but I would
whatever.
change up the Mega Manectric to a physical breaker, please.
Agreed. 6. Papa Squid.
Papa Squid.
Pate ranked this 4th. He said Arcanine might be a top 5 Terra Captain. Ben, what
I
do you think of that?
completely agree.
Top 3.
And then I think top 3 as well.
Why is Why do you have a screenshot of me saying I fucking hate Mr. Mime?
Right, low-key, I was struggling to find things to Papa, and I saw that when I was searching, and it just made me laugh, so I just added it because it was fucking funny.
Yeah, what the fuck, Roy? I didn't even see that one.
I told you about it. I said I found a really funny quote from Emilio. I'm gonna add it. Are you okay with it? You said yeah.
Dude,
I did tell you.
I am sleep deprived. Let me be. Anyways, let's get into essential roles. There's only 2 typings missing. It's Ice and Bug, and he does not need them typings.
Neither are essential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a bit ground weak.
Yeah, but
they-
Arcanine
his
Terra's out of
Pokemon
the
cover
typing.
it.
Same with Toxicroak. They can both Terra out. These
And
are
also
two free
Serena,
ground Pokemon.
Serena and Corv are good defensive mons.
Yeah.
Ice is a bit of a weakness as well, but even then, well, actually, Ice is a bit of a problem because Arcanine does tear out of its fire.
Yeah.
Ice to resist.
Ice is the big problem. He
Mm.
does not have a good Ice switch in at all. Like, even Gren doesn't want to take Ice moves.
Cure him. Cure him. Fucks this.
Yeah.
Freeze dry. Bundle. Fuck.
Yeah, let's get to the
Okay.
speed tiers. We have 122, 110, 100, 90, 85, 75, 72, 67, and 50, which are pretty fucking good
Pretty
speed
good.
tiers.
Yeah, they're really fucking
Those are
good,
really
actually.
good.
Yeah.
I would say his hazard removal is good as well.
Yeah,
Like,
he has
very
the best
good.
defogger in the game and 2 very solid rapid spinners.
I would like to. Can I just read out what Peyton
His
said about
hazards
his hazard
themselves are
removal? Corviknight
Sure.
is your best removal as it can run defog every week. So Donphan and Suya don't need rapid spin every week. Well, no, but they are good rapid spinners. Like that's
Yeah.
actually good. If they don't have to, it actually benefits most. You can actually bring ban sets on them.
The hazard setting is the big weak point in the essential roles. Like the ice weakness and the hazard setting is why we cannot put this team higher, even though I want to because this team looks fucking nasty and amazing to use, being fucking real with you.
Yeah, like the hazard set is bad in my opinion. Like
I
You-
want a Mega Gardevoir so bad.
I mean, I
But-
think the one thing this team is kind of missing, and why I think they're essential roles, I think they're missing like a good Spadef tank. Like maybe Serena, but like you need
Gardevoir.
AV.
AV,
Gardevoir
Mega
is like-
Gardevoir has 135 to death, bro.
yeah,
Bro, that's not like tanking shit. It has like 68 HP though, and you will mostly want to run it.
It
Like,
is?
if that's
Yeah,
the case, you're gonna invest mostly in your
I
his
think-
offense.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
but,
just prepped for
Emilio-
Greninja Battle Bond Life Orb, and it takes hits with Greninja Battle Bond Life Orb and can heal it off.
yeah,
like,
but Emilio,
it-
Raging Bolt, Serena, and Corviknight are good special defensive mons.
yeah, you're
I'm saying
fine.
Serena. I'm saying Serena would like an AV, but then it can't run synthesis. Raging
You
Bolt.
don't even
I just
need
didn't-
AV. You have 72
You don't
and
need AV.
98.
Emilio, if you can't take special hits on your Serena without AV, you're building it wrong, or you're
Yeah.
facing Chi-Yu.
Oh, you're facing Chi-Yu.
Yeah, but AV Bolt walls the shit out of Chiyu unless it's nasty plot. Yeah, but the
Ruination,
hazard
baby.
setting is the weakest point, and obviously the big weakness to ice. Then we get into breaking power, and let me just take the wheel here. We got Greninja with Protein. We got Greninja that can also be Battle Bond. We got Zoroark Kasui, which is just great offensively. We have Mega Gardevoir, which is a literal nuke. We have Arcanine Hisui. Let me tell you something. Arcanine Hisui is the most fun Pokemon to use there is. It is so fucking fun to use. You just click Terra Head
And it's
Smash
so-
all the fucking time because
And it's
even
so
fucking
fun.
resists
You will threaten to-
cannot take 2 hits.
Resist,
so
do not
Yo,
want to take
Quagsire-
it.
Quagsire gets two
It-
shot.
and-
Quagsire gets
and-
two shotted by Adamant Banded Terra Rock Head Smash. By the way,
It really does. Like,
Yep.
and it's such a good mon that Ben will threaten to kill you in D&D if you want to use it yourself.
Exactly. And then we get to Toxicroak, which with Sword Stance or Nasty Plot and Terra can be great. Raging Bolt, which is just a
That thing
special
has
nuke
Nasty Plot?
again. Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Toxicroak gets
didn't
Nasty
know.
Plot, it gets Bullet Punch, it gets Vacuum Wave, it gets Sucker Punch. So the speed tier isn't even
Toxicroak
that
is-
important for it because it gets
Toxicroak
shit
is
ton
actually
of
underrated.
priority. With Serena with 120, Triple Axle, Power Whip, Donphan with 120, Earthquakes
High
from
hurt,
this thing
okay.
still hurt. This thing's move pool is fucking insane. We got Ice Shard, we got Head Smash, we got Power Whip, we got Play Rough, and we got Corviknight, which bulk up sets, Iron defense sets, even agility power trip bullshit. I love this team offensively. I really like this.
I
Is
was about to say,
this is a
yo,
team
I was
I could
literally
draft.
just gonna say.
Okay,
I was just gonna
Benjamin.
say Ben's literally like geeking out over like breaking power on
Ben.
this team is making Ben tweak.
Dude,
Ben, two things.
I love
got really close to
offensive
the mic and he
teams.
started talking all like this.
Offensive teams are my favorite type of teams. This team is just
Why are you
perfect.
Why are you such a stall player then? But being serious, Bren,
Because
you also
the
run Torrent,
way you and Emilio play, I have to stall when I face you guys.
What the fuck did I do?
What the fuck did I do? Anyway, Greninja can run Torrent as well. Also, you miss off high jump as well on Serena, which hits hard. And 3, why did we not rate this a 10? What was the reason we didn't rate this a 10? This feels like a 10, actually, the more we talk about it.
I said 10, you said 9.
All right, well, I was drunk.
I said
I don't think that was
I said we ranked this at 10 because this team. Nobody has enough mons to wall this team.
That's
well, still
I
team,
think
like,
we should rate it 10. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, we probably should have rated 10.
Yep.
We didn't rate it 10 because of Emilio's quite. That's why.
Yeah, but being real,
What did I
Papa Squid is my front runner to win Wooper this season just because of how fucking amazing this team looks. Being real,
Really
the support is the support is fucking ass. You got a lot of taunt and knockoff mons, but the rest of the support is all in all going to Mega Gardevoir, which does not run a run support.
I will say this. I think this
think-
team will. I think this is my second favorite to win. My favorite to win is the number 1 team. I think they're my favorite to win.
Now, me and him trading Greninja and Bundle was like very beneficial for the both of us. We both.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You're
it
my
was
third
great.
favorite.
And let's get into problem solving real quick. I'm just taking the wheel on this team because I love this team so much. And I really wanted to win Wooper. Greninja is one of the most versatile mons there is. Zoroark Kusui has sword stance sets that it can viably run. Gardevoir Mega has viable support sets. It does because actually somebody I don't like, Juby, has showed me how Gardevoir Mega with support actually works. I'm a little surprised.
I wonder where you learned that one at.
Please show respect to our short kings.
Then we have Arcanine Hisui, which with Terra is one of the best nukes in the game. But a lot of people underrate it can also be a defensive Terra. Toxicroak has special and physical sets up the ass. Raging Bolt is pretty much doing the same 2 things all the time. It's not going to do a lot of different things. Same with Serena, it's either going to be defensive
really
or
good
offensive.
And CM.
Yeah. Corviknight has a good amount of different sets, and Donphan is either offensive or defensive, no in between. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
There was need to be said.
So
I'm surprised
Ben,
this entire. I haven't seen the teams later.
Ben is glazing so much over this team. He wants Dakota to lose. What a guy!
No, I have 3 people I want to win. I want Wooper to win. To win Wooper,
Who?
Dude, it's the 3 people I want to win Wooper are 1 Jacoda, 2 fucking Papa Squid, and the last one is Gamer Not Found, just because of fucking Claydol meme.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
his commitment to that mon is impeccable.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
Like,
shall we find out?
being real, I gave
him
him this gimmick, and he's running with it.
Wait, Ben, where the fuck is NGNO? Is he not playing this season?
He's not playing this season, no. He has too much uni shit to take care of, sadly.
Fair enough.
Off to number 5, which you guys can take now because I just ranted too much about how much I love this team. Grimmets.
Oh shit! If you draft more Pico, you're getting bonked. Why? Drop me like one of your French girls. Hold on.
All right, let me look at it over.
Grims would be funny. I like them. Oh, where did Pate rank this team? Let me find out. Where did Pate rank this team? He ranked it.
I think we did like 11, no?
10th.
Wasn't it like low?
He ranked it 10th. He really hated it.
Let's see.
Terra Captain's a mid. I get Pikachu. I will say this: Colossal is not a mid Terra, but Pikachu definitely is.
Yeah.
What? Pikachu's fun.
The reason
fun Terra.
Grimace made a deal with me. He's gonna. He is just that he has to run Pikachu with Terra at least a few times this week, in this season. I mean, but let's get into his team. Typings are all filled out except Ice, Bug, and Fighting.
Ice and Fighting, and Bug. Yeah, I guess.
They are not necessary types.
His Ice type is going to be Pikachu. Yeah. He will run probably Terra Ice Pikachu at some point.
Hell fucking yes.
Let's get to the speed tiers. 140, 43, 121. 102, 100, 90, 70, 60, 50, 33, and 30. There's 2 important speed gaps to mention.
90 to 70.
90 to 70 matters, and the 121 to 102 matters because there's some strong attackers on 110.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 110.
Yeah, it's a bit bad. I will say this as well. They have a ground weakness, but Colossal is always tearing out of it.
Yeah.
Or at least tearing to fire at worst.
Mm-hmm.
And hazard setting is amazing, except for T-Specs, they don't have any. But the rest of the hazard
they can
setting
live
is
with that.
amazing. The removal is
Yeah.
pretty much it's Decidueye and Colossal because Mega Pidgeot is not running that shit ever.
Well, no.
No chance.
If move pool
No,
is so
hang on.
bad, it might actually.
Yeah, I don't think you want to click it
Hurricane,
ever,
Heat
but
Wave, and then actually maybe I guess.
It's really
Hyper
it.
Voice.
Like
Does it get
U-turn.
Hyper Voice?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't learn any normal
It's
stuff.
gonna
Yeah,
get
it might
Hyper
actually,
Voice after.
Ben, it might actually run Defog.
Damn. Yeah, but essential rolls are very good. It's an 8. Like the only gripes is like the speed gaps and the removal.
Yeah.
Breaking power.
Though I know some people rate Decidueye as I don't, but like you can make it work. You can
It's a mon.
Yeah.
It's a mon. Hisuian's
It's a
better.
better Delmias. And yeah.
No,
It is not better.
Delmice
It
is
is not better.
the only reason Decidueye is the only reason
I was
Decidueye is better than
debating.
Delmice is because Decidueye is faster and it has nasty plot and surge stance. In every other category,
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good debate.
Delmice is better.
I would rather Delmize as a remover than Decidueye.
But let's get
No,
into
yeah,
the
I
breaking
agree. I was
power
just
before we
debating.
waste more time here. We have
breaking-
Zeraora, Garchomp, Palafin. This technically Decidueye, but it needs setup. And technically Muck, but it's more of a trapper for physical. Especially we have Zeraora again, which is especially
Kinda
we have Mega Pidgeot
Mega Pidgeot
is the
and
best special
sometimes
attacker.
Palafin.
And sometimes Palafin.
Sometimes Palafin.
And
Palafin-
Decidueye again, who needs setup.
It's a little
Terra, Pikachu, Light Ball could maybe do some work, and Meteor Beam, Colossal. Oh, and Clefable, actually. Clefable being serious.
Yeah, Clefable.
Clefable
so-
is a... Clefable
we
needs
just
setup,
need
though.
again.
Yeah, so
more setup. So
he has some
like-
good out of the like immediate physical attackers in Palafin and Garchomp, and special attacking. There's only Pidgeot. The rest of the Pokemon needs setup.
Yeah.
That's basically it for breaking
But-
power.
when they do get set up, they're pretty good. But like that's probably what we're like.
Yeah.
Down to a 7. you know?
Let's get into support. Support is the Clef Show. Welcome to the Clef Show.
And Bronzong. Bronzong, too.
Well,
Let's get out.
a little bit of Bronze, but it's mostly Clef. Because Clef provides Heal Bell, provides Wish, provides... Clef also gets screens. Clef gets knockoff. Clef does all of the things it needs to do. And the hazard
Bronzong
support on
get
team
both
is also
screens?
pretty good.
Underwear
Does
support.
Bronzong get both screens? I feel like he gets one of them. I don't think he gets both.
I can easily check that right now.
Yeah, double check it. I feel like he gets one at least. I think he gets both, though, because he's a psychic type.
It's both. It has to get both.
Yeah. So that's another option as well.
It does get both. So yeah, support
Yeah.
is solid, but it relies a lot on Clef and Muck. Not Muck, Bronzong.
It could like it has Willow support with Colossal.
Yeah.
You know?
But the rest of them,
It's-
like, all of the Mons, Pikachu and above do not support in any way, shape, or form, except for Garchomp, which supports it a little bit with hazards.
It's decent.
Yeah,
It's decent. That's why-
unless you're running Nuzzle Pikachu, I don't think you're gonna get much support.
Yeah. And
but
now to the
it's-
problem solving, where we have a lot of things to discuss, because Palafin is a great problem solver because it can run physical special. Zeraora can run physical special. Decidueye can run physical special. Clef has a shit ton of different sets. Garchomp has a shit ton of different sets. Yeah. The only ones that are not,
Decidueye.
the only ones that are not versatile are Muck,
Pikachu.
Mega Pidgeot. The rest are versatile in some way, shape, or form.
Mega Pidgeot sucks, so that makes sense.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. But hey, it's your only special breaker here, so
But
Make it-
No, Pikachu.
no, fuck you.
yeah, but paid
No.
severely underrated. This team. This team is good.
Yeah, this team is good. There's another team, Pay. I just remember there's another team still yet to come that's also being severely underrated by Pay. Honestly, Pay got the bottom half right, and if it was like a lot of the top half, Pay really underrated and like overrated some teams. This team he was quite close on though. He ranked his team third, and I see why. I don't actually. I think but being honest, and this has been nice to Pate, the best team he's ever drafted, and we couldn't even do. And even if we did the Paytax
there
show,
was a
it was
better
nice.
team he has drafted. That has been a few seasons ago. It was a team where he got Magirna and Megaladios.
God.
And
I
he
was trying to
didn't
put him
make
over here.
playoffs with that team.
Yeah, I remember that, but I was trying to be nice to Pate for once.
But let's talk about Pate's team. Pate ranked himself third, and Pate has a
Before my time.
humiliation kink and enjoys body horror.
And also, forgetting E4s, forgetting fire. I remember
Two-
one time helping Sully prep for game. I said to Sully, he will forget that Ogerpon gets Mold Breaker, so he will use Flash Fire Heat Ran as a counter to it. And I called it, and it actually happened. I felt
Yeah.
so proud.
Let's get into Pate's essential roles. The only type he's missing, which is kind of bad actually, is a poison type.
Yeah. Well, Ice and Rock, but
Ice and Rock are not
Only a
important.
He's got no ground
Yeah.
poison.
he luckily has a heal Belmont, but honestly, the lack of grounded poison could be a problem, like especially with a mon like Terrapagos, which will not want its Terror Shell broken in any way.
It's gonna run boots always. Like you almost never
It's
see
kind of-
Travis.
His
Confusions, but
like he has some red bars, but he only has 2 Pokemon weak to ice, 2 Pokemon weak to flying, and 2 Pokemon weak to fairy. So it's not that bad. It's not as bad as it looks.
I say the fairy weakness is bigger than it is because his only fairy resist is Fortress, which
Yeah.
gets spammed by Moonblast.
That's the only big gripe, but he can Terra with his Terramons to get away from them.
Yeah, so his Terramons are Sylveon and
And
Rotom Fan, which are very good Terra captains.
Let's get into the speed tiers, where he's obviously missing the 100 speed tier Pokemon, which is fucking awful.
Pretty important one to have.
And he's missing a Pokemon between 85 and 60, so a 70 speed Pokemon somewhere.
Nice.
I will say this on his hazard control. He said hazard control is great, though 3 rapid spinners is a choice. Hey, having 3 rapid spinners is fine if anything actually benefits your team. That's
Yeah.
actually a good choice on your part. Don't criticize that choice. That was a good pick on your part. Well done.
And Dalmas is one of the
Yeah,
best
I feel-
rapid spinners in the game because it punishes spin blockers completely. Because if you switch in your spin blocker into a Dalmas, you might as well get a Poltergeist in your face.
Pew pew.
Hazard
Fortress
setting
is
is
great.
great.
Instead of hazard.
Yeah, he has Quagsire Fortress, which set up every hazard possible, and Terrapos gets rocks, technically. Removal is good.
If you want, but honestly, you don't want to run it, but it's actually great as a backup one.
Yeah, it's great backup. Big
Big
gripe about Pate's team is his only steel type is Fortress, and he would want a backup, but that's where he has to use his Terras then. He has to Terra Steel or something to resist Fairy or Terra Poison.
Or let's say he's facing an expanding force team. He brings Terra Seals for Ilvion to counter it. That would be a really good idea. Instead of bringing Terra something else like in that match. I don't know. Just spitballing.
Let's go to the breaking power though. If we look at the
Hold
breaking
on, just
power,
look-
the top 5 Pokemon of Pate are Nukes, Gouging Fire,
The top 5 is amazing. What's up, say, bud?
Nothing is cool, man.
we have Gouging Fire, we
Oh,
have
I
Mega
didn't know what you
Gallade,
said.
we have Terrapagos, we have Darkrai, and we have Sylveon with Specs. And then we even have Dhelmise, which was a great attack with 131 attack. So breaking is great for Pate. Support,
Mm.
it's
It's
Sylveon.
actually amazing.
Yeah, like his offense is amazing. Like there's no gripes about it.
Wait, why is it not? Nope.
Because Fortress,
Some of it needs set up.
yeah, some of it needs setup. Like for example, Gouging Fire needs a little bit of setup before being very threatening. And like Quagsire and Fortress are Pokemon that are offensively not there.
Body press.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do.
Even body
Toy
press.
span explosion, like I don't know.
I will say this. I
Could
will
have
say
just
this.
ran that yesterday.
When I was mocking with Sack, I was gonna mock with Sack, I was gonna bring Custap Explosion Gyro Ball, and it actually chunked Sack's team, so it can hit. Fortress can hit, Quag can't.
Yeah,
But
but
Fortress is very niche, I think.
no need to talk about the other things right now because we're 2 hours and 30 minutes in.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah.
Please get.
So
Okay.
let's get to support. Pate's
I'm
best
coming
support,
back.
But Pate's best support mon is Sylveon, without a doubt. It's Wish, it's Wish, it's Heal Bell. You got some good knockoff Pokemon.
Of Latinos.
Yeah. And we got 2
I learned some new
Taunts.
Spanish swear words.
We got 3 mons that can actually trick, but Mega Glade will not be able to use that. Hazard support is great. Momentum support is bad, being real. Momentum support is awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying
That's a
earlier.
big flaw of this team.
Not a single
That's a
U-turn
big flaw.
Pokemon.
Like
Not a single
you are probably
Pokemon. So one
you
switch
are-
gets grounded by fucking ground types, and then so it's just Baton Pest Sylveon sometimes. It's
And
like, yeah.
problem
the
solving.
Tonta Sylveon's going way too often.
Yeah, problem solving is Darkrai has physical sets it can viably run because it gets Sword Stance. Then it's Terapagos is a little versatile when it comes to problem solving. Then Sylveon has a
I'd
lot of
argue it's
different
a lot
sets.
versatile. I would say Terapagos is very versatile if you use it right. Like it's a really versatile mon.
And then we have some different Dhelmite sets because it can run both AV, physical defense, off choice band. But Fortress and Quagsire do the same thing every week. Rotom has a good amount of different sets. Like you have Willow Hex, you have Air Slash. You can use the Air Slash. You can use Terra on it as well. Nasty plot sets, defog support sets.
I think I do think there's going to be some versatility here, like especially Rotom fan as well with Terra. Like it's actually one that it like being like basically completely immune to everything, and also like we've seen some teams that don't have a ground type.
Yeah.
So you could just run Terra Electric like Rotom fan. You don't even need to invest in it, but it's going to start chunking teams. It can just be a good pivot.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good team.
Yeah, but
I think it's a very good team. I think
after the next team, we're the person sadly just left, but it's Jakoto.
Okay, just for context, Pate ranked this team 9th, which I massively disagree with. This is a bit like one of his problems with the team was relying on under Iron Bundle's Hydro Pump and play rough most weeks will be a problem. Just don't miss.
To be fair, there is essential roles and support should be swapped around. By the way, essential roles is a 6 and support is an 8. It's the other way around.
Yeah,
I just made a mistake. I made a mistake writing that down because essentials we don't have a normal types type, which is kind of bad because your only ghost resist is Skuntank. Big electric type weakness. Latios is a soft check, and Great Tusk is the big check for the electric type. Ground type weakness where Moltres, a lot of ground types get the. Oh, Jakota's back. We're on your team right now.
Back just in time.
Oh, hello, I'm back. Oh my god, look at me.
Yeah, we just mentioned one thing.
The 9th place team from Pate.
Yeah, we just mentioned one thing. Your essential roles and support should be swapped, by the way. Like turned around.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I wrote them down wrong. Because you don't have a ghost type as well, which you have 2 normal checks, which is fine. And fighting you can resist pretty well, but some fighting types will abuse your Florges with Poison Jab, or your Latios with.
By the way, his Terras are Empoleon and Moltres, which are very good Terras.
Yeah. Off to the speed.
Especially Moltres.
You get 136, 110. There's the gap. 110 to 90. We don't have a 100 speed Pokemon, which is pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
And then
honestly,
the rest of the
you could have
speeders
done
are
with
fine.
the Persian. Honestly, Totodile is also non mon. We just kind of ignore Totodile. It doesn't really exist.
If you swapped out Totodile for 100 speed Pokemon, it would have been fine with the speed tiers.
I will say this. Pate had also 2 more things to say. They said that 5 defoggers is indeed a choice. No, you've got Moltres with Terra there. You want backup defoggers so you can run choice specs, burn up, and nuke things.
Specs, yeah.
And you mentioned choice specs burn up way too much.
I do because I love it. It got me kills. It's really good set. I also complain about top heavy and stuff, but that doesn't matter here.
Yeah, we have one of the best spinners in the game. We have 5 Pokemon where 4 of the mons actually can run defog very viably. So the essential roles are only a 6 because a good amount of typings are missing. The big electric weakness because you have 3 water types, but Totodile doesn't count. And the 100 speed cap is pretty fucking ass.
Well, I mean, my two of my electric weaknesses can just tear out. I mean, like obviously one can't, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But one
And-
is never coming.
And
but
one
yeah.
thing to mention, you don't have a spiker, which kind of sucks for your team.
Yeah, that's one of the things that kind of sucks. for us.
Loki, if you replace Totodile with like a 1-point spiker, that would probably improve it a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how often am I gonna bring that 1-pointer?
No, you don't have to. It's just an option.
After breaking power,
Yeah,
like
no,
Cargo.
we have Mega Wild Great Tusk, which is enough. You don't need anything else.
Yeah.
Especially we
Yeah,
have
I don't
Iron
need
Bundle,
anything else.
Latios, Moltres with Terra, and even Empoleon and Florges can.
Like
Mhm.
Terra Flying or Terra Fire, but Brave Bird or like Flebbits hits way stronger than it should with Calcs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, breaking power
But
is amazing.
especially, yeah, like especially it's really good.
Yeah.
I know I said it once before, but like
Terra
Moltres
burn
hits
up
way harder than you
Moltres.
think it does. I was even gonna mention that, but thank you, Terra Moltres. But no, it's 1-2-5 special attack. You don't realize how strong this thing hits because most of the time without Terra, it runs defensive.
Yeah.
But
Just
it
runs
hits like a
defensive,
truck.
yeah.
Support is actually pretty great
Mhm.
because you have a good amount of knockoffers, you have a good amount of taunters. Your hazard support isn't bad, but it could be better. Your momentum support is
Mhm.
pretty fucking ass, being real. You have 3 baton passes, which
Yeah.
only 2 of them like running baton pass. Because
I'd argue it's 1.
Latios can run baton pass just to not be pursuit trapped.
Latios doesn't run baton pass; it runs flip turn.
Yeah,
It
but
gets
turn,
flip
yeah.
flip turn gets
not
pursuit
turn, yeah.
trapped. Baton pass does not.
I still prefer flip turn most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time, yeah, but in
Yeah,
specific situations.
Empoleon gets flip turn as well.
Yeah, that's just not
honestly,
there.
the doc's not showing it correctly.
Yeah,
No, honestly, the actual flip turn's good. Like I think the
Yeah.
doc's just being dumb.
yeah, that's just
Is his name
Yeah,
Monkey? Does Totodile get flip turn?
yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
there you go. There's another one.
we don't count Totodile to that.
My
Just
pivoting. I
fucking-
don't think my pivoting is like actually that concerning.
Yeah,
No,
it's
good.
decent. It's
think
decent.
good.
You don't need a lot more because you are top heavy anyways.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Floor
You're top, not
just
bottom.
fixes a lot of your supporting problems with Wish and Heal Bell and the Room of Therapy. It gets all of those.
He said
And,
just totally down your flip turn. Oh yeah.
and then we come to problem solving. Bundle has 3 sets, maybe 2.
It can run to
I-
an encore as well.
I want to bring a Whirlpool like encore set for like
Yeah.
a tank or like taunt so badly. It's not gonna work. But I
We
wanna
got
bring it.
Latios, who is very versatile. You have Weakness Policy, you have Agility, you have Calm Mind, you have even Dragon Dance, you have support, technically even support Latios, which works. Moltres is very versatile, Grey Tusk is very versatile, Skuntank is Skuntank. Florges is a good, decently versatile, Empoleon is decently versatile, Mega Mawile that has 3 sets maybe, and Totodile is just
Probably
there.
2, right?
Yo, Mecha Mobile
I-
hits so hard. Like I've learned in all my mocks that it's an absolute nuke. I've never really used it.
Absolutely love
Moltres is only versatile because of the Terra. The Terra really helps it a lot because its typing is good
Oh, yeah,
and
of
bad at
course.
the same
Yeah.
time.
But Dakota is our number 3 coach, and we move on to Small Lift with the regenerator.
My child!
With the big amount
Yo,
of
this-
regenerator.
This guy's an
Um,
asshole. Oh my god.
Oh,
Um,
please don't call my
bro,
child
look
an
at that
asshole
cock.
unless it's Emilio.
Bro,
By the
bro.
way, Pate ranked this
Fucking
5th. And basically said, main issue is the team wants to be run more defensively than offensively. Most weeks facts all the regen and bulk. That's the point, Pate. It's regen. It's regen to stall you out.
Yeah, let's get into
That's
essential
annoying.
roles.
Hold on, look at the calc. Hold on. More importantly, look at the calc at the top.
Yeah.
Yo,
Oh, I
Spec,
know,
right? Oh, yeah.
Fire, Specs, Terrifier, Hyflosion, Eruption, doing nothing to this fucking small lift. Yo.
Proof that Smallest beats a creepy ass mon that tries to kidnap kids.
Yeah. Anyway,
T-Diddy.
essential roles, you're only missing a grass type, which is actually would be pretty nice because you're pretty water weak actually. You only have 1 water resist.
Which is Aloe, which is good mon, but their terrors are Deancey and Flygon, which are good terrors.
Then speed tiers. We have 121, 100, 97, 86, 65, So the big gaps we have are between 86 and 65, and 121 and 100.
121 to 100.
These two are the
I would
only
say the
important
main-
ones to mention.
I would say one of the main weaknesses of this team is the hazards are a bit air. I think Flygon gets Stealth Fox now, though. I don't
It
know why
gets
the doc's
Stealth
not
Fox, yeah.
showing it, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, this doc is really fucked up.
I think
Yeah, the dock is
I
starting to
think I
fuck up
just
a
have
lot.
an old version being real.
Yeah, so
It might be pre-DLC or something
Yeah,
like
it
that.
might be.
No, I think
no,
mine's
it's no
perfect as
DLC
well.
3 is in there. Just some moves were not updated at that time.
The hazard removal was pretty good, though. I would like a spinner, but I still think it's pretty good. Pivoting's good. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's a 7. Like
Breaking
it's
power.
solid essential roles. Breaking power is also only solid because physically we have Urshifu and Aegislash, which are immediate threats.
Yeah.
Especially we have Aegislash and Torn, which are the only immediate threats. The rest
And
need
even
setup.
then, Torn, you kind of want a nasty part.
Yeah, like all of them need setup, but when they have setup, it's good. Aegislash is the best special attacking mon out of the bat, and Urshifu Single Strike is the best physical attacking mon out of the bat.
I would point out Slowking Galar is tied with Torn T for special attacking,
Yeah,
so it can hit.
Where I wanted to come now because Slowking Galar is a perfect support mon for this team because future sights enable a lot of kills Smoliv would otherwise not get.
Yeah.
And obviously we have to mention the fucking regen support on this team. Like you will take a while to fucking kill this team. Like we have Torn, we have Aloe, we have Slowking.
This like Loki, this is a team I would draft. This is exactly my kind of team.
Of course,
Gwyneth was my pick, by the way, because they had 1 point.
Yeah, bro, that's so evil, bro.
This is the kind of I have drafted a Lonamola, Slowking Galar, and Torn on the same team before. This team is to slowly chip you down, and then right at the end,
slowly stall you out.
It's beautiful.
And then finish you off with Urshifu or Aegislash.
This is a Roy ass team, fucking Glow King plus Greedent plus Regen Core.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is, I draft good teams because this is number 2. Thank you, Emilio. I love you. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, but support is great. We have Diancie, we have Clodcast Gala, we have Al, we have Rotom Heat, everything.
Vegemite.
A lot of stuff that supports here. It's very good. And problem solving is probably the best thing on this team. We have Torn, which is just a generally good problem solver, can run so many different sets at once. Flygon with Terra can run a lot of different sets, even like Boom Burst sets with Terra Normal. Urshifu has its 3 sets or 4 sets, whatever you want to say. Rotom Heat has a lot of different sets. Aloe has some sets. Aegislash
has Choice Pan. Choice Pan is legit.
Aegislash has a shit ton of sets. Diancie has a shit ton of sets.
Ice Band is legit.
Yeah, like the
team
is
we learned that last night.
Very, very fucking versatile.
Even Greedent can do stuff in the right matchup. Like as a 1-pointer, it's not terrible.
We know you glaze Greedent. We know.
You have to make so many predictions to play this guy. That's normal.
Yeah.
Because you have to break something eventually, or else you're just gonna like want to quit on the game.
And off to number 1.
Yeah,
Riptide.
Which is the team I think is going to win is Riptide. Oh, Smoliv is who I'm hoping to win as well as Riptide. Sorry, I forgot about Smoliv as well.
There's 3. You know how Ben's voting for 3 people? I'm rooting for 3 people. It's Cartel, Jakoto, and Riptide.
Mine's Smoliv, Riptide, Jakota, and the Quinoni, I think it was, or someone else. Riptide, by the way, is ranked 6 on Pate's draft.
Yeah.
I did not understand this. This is insane.
Yeah.
His Terras are Terra Blastoise and Terra Sebdraika.
Okay, let's go through the essential rules. This is the last team. We can pull this off before we get into the 3-hour margin because we are 2 hours and 47 minutes.
Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit, this team is Earthquake Week.
Yeah.
As a Glycerin.
Yes or no?
Normal type, we don't have a normal type, but we have Kingambit, which is a great ghost resist. But it's the only one, so maybe a normal type would have been good. We don't have a ghost type, but you have enough fighting and normal resist. You don't need one.
The ground looks nice on this team.
The ground weakness is kind of fake because Sebstriker and Glimetta rarely come into game.
Yeah. Heatran is weak and Kingambit is weak. The rest is fine. Like Sebstriker and Glimmet are rarely coming. Hazards
I feel like if
are
Sebstriker comes as well, it's Terra Ice or Terra Fairy. Yeah, Hazards is great.
Hazard removal is a little because Mega Alt doesn't love running Defog. Same with Gliscor. Although Blastoise likes running Rapid Spin.
But Terra Blastoise is not always going to come like basically with Rapid Spin. To be fair, so that's the limits of it. It's going to become a lot of Shell Smash.
It's matchup dependent.
Yeah, speed tiers we have 50, 60, 77, 78, 80, 95, 97. We have no 100 to 105 mon, which is also kind of bad again. But that's the reason why the essentials aren't 8. The removal and this speed gap. But the rest is pretty fine.
Fair enough.
Then the breaking part. Physically, we have
Urshifu
for Rapid Strike, Mega Altaria, and King Gambit. Especially we have Shaman Sky, we have Heatran, and we have Mega Altaria. And we have a lot of mons that can work with setup. Blastoise can work with setup, Gliscor can work with setup. Like, everything on this team can hurt you. Nothing is something you should ignore.
Even Seb Striker, I've used Terra Seb Striker in like Sax League, and it actually can put in work. Like I've gotten like I think 5 kills or 4 kills with it.
Yeah, but why are you
why
are you mentioning Terra Zeb Striker if he doesn't have Terra Zeb Striker?
He does have Terra Seb Striker. That's what I said. He has Terra Seb Striker. He has Terra Seb Striker and Terra Blastoise.
I thought it was Glimmet. My bad.
No, it's Terra Seb Striker. Like that's why I said Glimmet can also hit as well. Like surprisingly well for a 1-pointer, but it's there to be it's there to die.
Yeah.
Like low key, it can actually one shot an Iron Bundle.
Yeah. Support is the weakest part about this team. Hazard support is great. Momentum is kind of bad. In real, you only have 4 momentum mons really. And you only have 2 knockoff Pokemon.
Yeah, what's the second one?
King Gambit.
Yeah, yeah. That okay, cool. I forgot that. Nat actually can do it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But in general, you don't have a lot of support. You have 1 heal ball mon. You have aromatherapy on Shaman technically. You don't have wish support, which would actually be kind of good for you because your walls do not have viable recovery except for Mega Alt and Gliscor. Blastoise and Heatran do not.
And King Gambit.
Yeah, technically King Gambit as well. Yeah. And then for problem solving, Shaman Sky is a good problem solver because it can run physical, special, or subseed.
Or subseed.
Mega Alt is a great Pokemon, very versatile. Same with Blastoise, very versatile. The rest are less.
Heatran kind of is.
Glimmet does the same thing all the time. Heatran is pretty versatile. King Gambit does the 2 same things it always does. So Striker can run physical or special since it has Terra. Shifu Rapid has 4 sets, 1 more than the single strike version. But yeah, that's our number 1 team, and
it's a very great team. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching, because we are almost 3 hours in and we gotta finish up this video. So
yeah, I need some fucking food.
So, bro, I am fucking...
Yeah, I'm starving, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm fucking starving too, and I've been clocked out for the past five teams.
So guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with us for this whole long-ass video. We're gonna make the other one shorter. I'm gonna restrict Roy from talking about low-tier Pokemon.
Roy's our favorite, yeah. Wait, considering everyone's just gonna skip to their pick and no one's gonna watch the whole thing, I would like to take this time out to say...
We could talk shit about people.
Yeah, we could talk about shit about people. Riptide, you're Australian. Haha. Sign.
Anyway, before Emilio says some dumb shit, we have been the Clodcast. Good luck this season, and
who can I make fun of?
Don't take our rankings too personal. Bye.
Richard, I love you.
Bye.